Welcome to Let's Talk Jets Radio.
What's up, everybody? How is everybody doing on this lovely Tuesday evening? Prime time?
What kind of intro is that? Threw me off there for a sec.
Yeah, I'm just trying to shift a little bit here, man. I'm trying to make everybody just a little more happy and embraced. And we have a new intro, a new mindset, everything else.
You know a new circus in town. Everything's great.
Circus is in town. And just so we're going to, tonight's all about the callers. So we're going to bring on tons of callers. We got a very special caller to kick it off. But just to know, just to let you know, while you had your little absence here, what I deal with, okay? Your boy Steve last week during the show is blowing up my phone. Yo, send me the link. Send me the link. Keep in mind, like if I'm talking to you and we're doing all this, you think I'm looking at my phone?
No.
So I tell Steve. So now again, yesterday he's like, yo, I need the link. Callers don't come on Monday, Steve. They only come on Tuesday. So then, dude, 10 minutes ago, yo, send me the link. Steve, go in the chat, share the link in the chat. I want to chat. I don't see it. Yo, bozo, the fucking show didn't start yet. Dude, that's your guy. That's your guy.
1 hour ago, same thing. Dude, can you send me the link?
Send me the link. Send me the link, man. Send me the link, bro. Come on, let's go. I'm ready. He's a celebrity or some shit.
He wants VIP access.
He ain't getting shit. So what we'll do is we will share the link. We're looking forward to talking to everybody tonight. This is all about you guys. You've heard us rant, or especially me, for the last 3 days. Prime time unloaded last night. Tyrone unloaded last night. But we will bring on a very special guest to kick this thing off. A man that is good. Yeah, it's great to have Primetime back.
Thank you, man.
For you know what it is, Primetime watched and was like, I've got to reel these guys back in because they're going off the rails now. And I think you're worried about the future of our show, the direction we were heading.
Honestly, I want to just kind of throw some more gasoline onto the fire, to be honest. So,
all right. Well, if we want to add gasoline to the fire, this is the number one fire starter that I possibly know. What's up, man?
Long time no see, boys.
How you doing, man?
Everything's good. Everything's good, man. Well, everything's good outside of my Jets fandom and, I guess Mets fandom now that we lost Thor. But, hey, sports, it's not real life, right? It's just sports. But this team will drive you fucking crazy, man. I mean, I have been watching your guys' rants. I mean, Tyson, you've just been therapeutic to my soul because you say things that I – no longer have the energy to say. It's just brutal, man. Like, what I watched maybe 25 minutes of this week's game, 30 minutes. I couldn't take it anymore. Like this shit is hopeless. Yeah, well, the guy who fell, I was like half asleep during the Super Bowl stream. That's me.
But the one thing, Jay, is you always would fly up from Florida to come to the games. Your family has season tickets, and right now you're like, you know what? Forget it. Like, why even bother? Right? It's not even worth coming up here to watch games.
So I go with my stepfather and my family, and we have 9 seats, right? And I came up to New York for work on the day. So I had to come up for a work event on the Monday, the day after the Cincinnati game. And I mean, of course, that would be the one game I would miss. But, like, I specifically avoided coming up so that I didn't have to sit at the stadium. That's where I'm at as a fan right now. And that's sad because if I knew if I came up on Saturday, then the family was going to be like, come on, man, come to the Jet game. And I had no interest. I have no interest in going to that stadium. I can't sit there and watch them get their teeth kicked in by 45 points every game. I can't bring myself to go to that, to sit there in that crowd and, watch the opposing team fans mock us and look around the gray seats and the empty seats and what, frankly, the Johnsons have done to this franchise over the last decade. It's a disgrace. It's horrible.
And it's funny too, like I remember our conversations going back like 2-3 years ago, like when all that crazy shit was going on. And you were saying like the worst place to be as a fan is where you develop that sense of apathy where you just don't care anymore. And
right,
slowly but surely, like I'm getting in that same mindset where it's like, I don't even want to go out to the games anymore. It's not fun anymore. The tailgate's a good time, but once you go in that building, like you just said, you're getting ragged by opposing fans. You're sitting in traffic on the way out. There's nothing fun about the MetLife Stadium experience right now.
I said it was going to happen. I was ahead of it because I said, you know what, like people can say that like, hey, that guy Jay's crazy. He's flying planes. He's putting up billboards. It's because I care, like, because I fucking love this team, and it pains us all to be in the spot that we're in, where the owner has basically, you know, through bad decision after bad decision after bad decision after bad decision, has turned this into an impossible situation that is going to take years and years and years ahead of now to, if we can ever get out of it. So, like, I mean, we're like, Tyson, what's your thoughts? And Kevin, I'm curious, because I haven't even talked to you guys about this. Like, going forward, like, how many years away do you think that we are, if all goes right? You know, draft picks, get a couple free agents, from actually being able to not just compete for a Super Bowl. Just give me, like, when are we going to start, do you think, seeing competitive games in December around here?
Your first. Get Kevin. Get.
I was just gonna say, I think the expectation should be that by next year, you're at least in the hunt playing meaningful games in December. I mean, it's a third year for a GM, second year for a head coach. You know, Douglas has had plenty of time, plenty of resources to add some talent to this roster. So I feel like the expectation should be that you're competitive next year into December. Playoffs probably the year after. That's kind of what it should be. But is that going to be the expectation that Douglas and Saleh are held to? Probably not. They're going to get the excuse that they're completely starting over and it's a brand new rebuild.
See, I have a different opinion on that, because you look at what Joe Douglas has done in free agency, and you have a lot of guys that are here on one-year deals that aren't playing well. So now those guys are all going to be gone. You have a draft class last year that's been pretty much useless. Then you have this year's class. So now we're going to be another year of overhauling the roster. But the problem you're going to have is the whole guys are going to want to play for Saleh. No, they're not. So now you're going to go into free agency where you either got to grossly overpay or you're going to go bargain basement shopping again. So to me, we had this timeline, like, oh, maybe 2 to 3 years we're back in it. I think this year is delaying us another year. Like, I don't think there's any progress being made right now. The only thing we've found out is what Michael Carter's good and Vera Tucker's good. Okay, and Elijah Moore. Other than that, Becton, we have no idea what Becton is. We have no idea what Wilson is.
And a quick point on Saleh also, you just kind of touched on it. Who followed him over from San Francisco coming here? Like when Rex came here. Yeah. Exactly. When Rex came here, for all the shit that's being talked right now, Rex had guys that followed him over that wanted to play for him. Who followed Saleh? But
right now, and Jay, to your point, right now the Jets, as we are on November 16th, are a laughingstock. We're coming off as one of the worst teams in football. We're, you know, the same old Jets, and it's an environment where the coach is getting ripped up and down by the media and the fans. You know, he's on Colin Cowherd, and everybody else is mocking us. Who wants to come here? If you're a high talented guy that's hitting the open market, you want two things: you want money and you want to win. We can offer you all the money in the world. We can't guarantee you winning because there's no blueprint here. So they've got to try to find a way to salvage something at the last 4 or 5 games. You just even try to assemble some kind of, like, we know what we're doing, or this whole rebuild is delayed 1 more year. You're pushing it back another 2 years.
It's career suicide for an unproven front office or coaching talent is what the Jets are, because there's no leadership. That's the big problem. It's the same reason we can't develop a quarterback. Like, it all starts from the top. We have no leadership. We have no, like, people. The leadership of our organization has never done anything but prove that they will fuck up every decision that they make, from a stadium to the game day atmosphere to the, you know, to the way they go about selling their tickets. And it trickles all the way down to the people they hire to do the drafting, the scouts they put in place, the freaking ushers at the stadium. You know, like, it's ridiculous. There's nothing good about this franchise, nothing. And what makes it so hard to go to the stadium right now? Like, okay, I was talking to people that were at the stadium, right? And there were, you guys, Kev, you weren't there, right?
I heard some horror stories, though. But
horror stories. So here's what I heard. Just a quick one. I heard that the stadium was half empty. Right? You could see that on TV. And half the fans that were there were Bills fans. So let's say there were 25%. So figure in an 80,000 seat stadium, maybe there's 20,000 Jet fans there. You think that's fair?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, 25,000 maybe. So they have these towels or flags or something they're giving away on the way in, people are telling me. And they have boxes and boxes and boxes full so they can give them out to a sold-out stadium, right? And I heard, like, somebody try to, like, you know, they had these boxes just sitting there that they were just like, whatever. They were going to get tossed. And somebody wanted to take a stack of them to bring home to their kids. And the freaking security ran up and a woman tackled her to the ground. Tackled her for stealing flags. Like, what? We're in a space, I would imagine that like, the people who are showing up to games right now, and I give you credit, man. Damn, you guys are good fans. Like, if you're going to you're a better fan than I am. I'm not trying to be the #1 Jet fan. If you're still going to the games right now, you are hardcore, and props to you. But those people that are going there right now, Like, they deserve the world. You have 25,000 Jet fans to appease in an 80,000 seat stadium. Give them something. Give them drinks. Hey, listen, instead of calling us up and trying to sell us more tickets, call us up and give something back. Hey, listen, guys, we have you on the phone right now. I know if you're coming to the game, let us email you some vouchers for some free food. Do something to show you care.
Mail them some autographed shit or something.
They don't care. They don't care. They've given us nothing in the way of entertainment, and still they're trying to sell. Who the fuck is buying tickets right now from the Jets? You could buy tickets on the secondary market for 20% of what it costs to buy them from the Jets. Why would you ever buy? They should seriously lay off their entire sales staff because it's have one person. How many people are calling right now to buy Jet tickets?
No, opposing fans. That's it.
That's it. But the opposing fans are getting them from the secondary market also.
But see, and it just shows over and over. We've talked about this over the years. The Jets, when it comes to marketing, public relations, and dealing with their fans, have always been tone deaf. They have no idea what they're doing, dude. They have no idea.
It's a multi-billion-dollar organization that the owner, that the person who was in charge, abandoned for 4 years and gave to his know-nothing brother to go have fun with it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And brought in. We had Mike McCarthy. Okay, so like I said before. We had like, this place is for sure career suicide for a young coach that's trying to grow as a coach because they get no patience from the fans. And when you're giving up 45 points in 3 out of 4 games, you don't deserve patience. I'm sorry, but you get no patience from the Jet fans. So what we need here, and then we have the Johnsons in charge. You need a bright football mind who's got a history and a resume of success. It's the only way we could turn things around. It's what Bill Parcells came in here and was able to do. And you need a guy like that in charge because there's nobody that you can trust to make a good decision that's in charge right now. Right?
To me, it starts with accountability. It doesn't matter who you hire. If nobody's held accountable at any level, it's just like the inmates run the asylum. Like, they foster an environment when you hire somebody and you basically say, this year we expect you to lose and we're okay with it. That's basically what they said. They basically said, we're going to let you, because we're going to say, trust the process, we're rebuilding. So we all said, okay. But we want to see you be competitive. And the fact that they're getting blown out and the Jets are just like, you know what? Hey man, we're young. They justify losing, they accept losing, and they try to they think we're all buying into it. Like, dude, we bought into the rebuild, but we want to see competition. We want to see a competent head coach. You're not seeing any of this, dude. And I'm telling you, Saleh is what we believe Saleh was, he's a shell of himself, dude. The Jets can't they don't even know what they're doing now.
Yeah, well, I mean, look. All we wanted as fans, right? We came in with no expectations. All we wanted as fans. My dream scenario coming into this year was being last year's Los Angeles Chargers. You got a new quarterback that showed you a lot. You lost a lot of fucking games, but you were competitive and you went out and you won some games too. And you gave your fans hope for the future. It didn't matter they weren't a playoff contender. And now look, this year they're winning bigger games, right? And they're still not a finished product. But I guarantee you. And not that they have any freaking fans. Poor Chargers, the players, every home game is an away game for them. That's a brutal stadium to play in. But besides that, that's what you wanted out of this year's team. You just wanted some hope. And they're giving you no hope. And that's ridiculous because I'm sorry. I understand injuries. These guys are all professionals. I have the Sunday ticket. I live here in Florida. So I was dance around to all the games all the time. I watch so much football. It's absurd. And I watch the Jaguars. I'm down here. I watch the Lions. They compete harder than we do. I'm sorry. The Jaguars are a better football team than we are. And whether or not Jet fans want to accept that, it's just the truth. Like, they have James Robinson running all over the place. Every once in a while, you get a flash from Trevor Lawrence. They got Askew. They got players, right? They have Josh Allen on defense. Like, you look at Detroit. I mean, look, Detroit's a mess, right? But even they went in the freaking Pittsburgh and tied them. Right. So
they should have 3 wins right now.
And I understand that we have a couple nice wins, which are just, football's a crazy game this year. I don't even understand.
The thing is, it's about consistency and putting the same effort week in and week out. The Detroit Lions are giving you that. The Jaguars are giving you that. The Jets aren't. The problem with the Jets is they get one glimmer of, and now you set me off now. They give you one little glimmer of positivity and they come out and say, oh, we fucking told you so. We told you Mike White was good. We told you we're a good team. We told you this. We told you that. We told you this. Then they get blown out 2 weeks in a row. Yeah. They get one win. They pat themselves on the back like they accomplished something in a 17-game season, right?
Why do you think they accomplished something? Woody Johnson said it was the greatest win of his career.
But I'm saying like
It was
they beat the
their
Titans.
Super Bowl. The first
beat
win of
the
the year, that was
Titans,
Woody
which-
Johnson's Super Bowl.
The
When he
Titans
did
win
that,
was good, but they were also decimated by injuries. They should almost lost that game or been tied. Whatever. They beat the Bengals, and it was like, here we are. We've arrived. Everybody pat us on the back. Now here we come. And they laid down like a bunch of sheep for the next 2 weeks. Like, come on, man.
We went into Foxborough in the playoffs and beat Tom Brady in his prime.
Yep.
And our asshole owner actually had the nerve to say the biggest win of his career was at Cincinnati. I lost my mind. I was like, bro.
It was a Titans game. He said.
You're a Titans game. I was like, I mean, that's just like it's a perfect summary of what the expectations are in that front office at this point. And like, I mean, wow. And but look, as crazy as it sounds, like, you know, there's still time to turn it around for Saleh. It's going to be really difficult. I think he's not showing us anything.
Nope.
But like, you know.
What would you place the odds at?
He's not going to get fired. So, I mean, you know, you're just going to, as Jet fans, as we do, we're going to have to just hope it somehow magically turns around. I mean, I don't see it. I'm just not seeing it. I feel the same way about him this many games in. I hate to say it because I'm not going to get there in my headspace, like start acting crazy and doing crazy shit. It's not going to happen. But like, I feel the same way about him that I felt about Adam Gase this many games in. The team's unprepared. They stink. They're horrible. They're an embarrassment to themselves, to the logo, to the fans. They're awful, dreadful, and they're not trying. I'm sorry. Like they're you don't see effort. You just don't see it.
But see, Jay, you know what the thing is? Saleh is a very likable guy. He's very personal. He's very well respected. But that was when he was first hired. The things he said over the last 3 or 4 weeks are alarming. And if anybody else would have said it, if Adam Gase would have said it, or Todd Bowles would have said it, there would have been headlines all over the world like he doesn't want to motivate his players because they're high paid. You know, he's not going to get more involved in defense. He thought the Buffalo Bills defense that was kicking the shit out of his team was cool to watch. Like, if Adam Gase said that, dude, I would have had banners at the fucking stadium. Seriously. The things he's saying is insane.
He didn't call timeout on 4th and 1 and allowed that clock to run down.
Blend on the headset. That's not even. And the thing is, it's not even. The thing is, it's there. There is first-time head coach that's learning, and then there's incompetence. And what we're seeing, these aren't first-time head coach mistakes. This is incompetence, especially when he hires 40 freaking coaches to do everything. He's got how many coaches for the quarterbacks? 4. You have a time management guy. You got a run game specialist, a pass game specialist. He's got specialists for the specialists for the specialist, and they still suck.
And we suited up 3 quarterbacks this weekend, right? Like that made sense. Trading for Joe Flacco. There's so many things going on I don't understand right now, and I'm kind of like I give you guys a lot of respect for coming out here, and I understand. After being in this Jets media stuff for all those years with you guys, and now being out of it. I respect the shit out of what you guys are doing, coming out with as much content as you are. I know all these people in the comments appreciate it because it's like, dude, you guys are busting your ass and it's not easy, man. Nobody wants to talk about the shit and nobody wants to slam their team that they love so much.
Well, no, and let's be honest too. And the members of the media are pulling their punches because they want to be friends with Saleh and they want to get their stories and they want to get all their shit and they don't ask the hardball questions. So media every once in a while will do it. Connor does a couple times, but they don't really lace into him like they should because it's his first year. So they're trying to like be nice because he's a nice guy. I get it. But the things that like I would have peppered the shit. That fourth and 1, I would have asked him 8 million questions. So coach, you mean to tell me your headset didn't work? Why does the headset matter? All you gotta do is go timeout.
Sounds to me like you miss Manish.
I just miss competent football, dude. Like I don't want to hear coach speak. This guy, he started off with the all gas, no brake, and it's been a fiasco ever since. And now he's talking himself in circles. He can't talk his way out of a paper bag. He's being exposed. So it is what it is, man. So I don't know.
You're asking something crazy. This is going to be the hottest of questions. And I want to see what people think in the chat too. Talking about this with Kev the other day. If after this season, like Woody Johnson completely went crazy and was like, I can't take this shit anymore and wants to do like what Leon Hess did when he hired Rich Kotite, like after getting rid of, Pete Carroll after a year, like he's just like, I just want to have some fun on his team. I can't take it anymore. What if he went out? How would you be like pissed, or would you be kind of like, it can't be any worse if he went out and brought Tannenbaum and Rex back?
I don't want Rex back. That ship has sailed, man. That Rex ship has sailed, man. I mean, you need a legitimate, proven guy. Rex not the guy anymore. His time has passed. Tannenbaum was all right too, but I mean, we just need
Who's
To
your
me,
guy?
it's just
Who's your guy? If you wrote a blank, if you had a blank check, Woody Johnson said to you, "Here, Tyson."
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton.
That's
How
my guy.
are you getting him? How are you getting him to come here?
Isn't he last year was contract? Or is he
He's gonna want to come. He's gonna want to come here.
Dude, I'd even go Jim Harbaugh. I don't give a rat's ass. I don't even care anymore, dude.
The bigger question is: do you think Woody Johnson would actually write the blank check to get either of those guys?
No, everybody's coming back next year. They're going to say it's early. We're rebuilding. Saleh and Douglas will come back because this is what we have to do to give everybody a fair chance because they're rebuilding. And to me, the way this season's going now is this first year's rebuild is a wash. And now next year, I'm telling you, this delays us one more year. It does. We're going to be another year.
That's how I feel too. That's why I'm so not interested in going to games. It's the same way I felt in year 2. Even though there was, it was COVID, but like watching the games, even like, with year 2 of Adam Gase, if you don't buy into the coach, you don't buy into his system as a fan, like you have no hope. So like watching the games is not fun. And like now we're back in freaking, I caught myself in, on tankathon.com looking at all the different scenarios of how we can move up in the and it's freaking early November, mid-November.
See, I can't even do that, dude, because I don't even know what we have now. Like, it's so easy. Like, everybody's like, "Oh, we had a third." So I'm like, dude, we don't know what we have. We genuinely don't know what we have on defense because now it's like nobody's playing anything. The offensive line, Becton out, can be pretty much out the whole freaking year. You have Vera Tucker, and that's it, dude. You probably need a center, a right guard, and a right tackle. You need 3 guys there. I mean, it's
Eric Mangini for GM. What would you think about that?
Might as well, but then nothing's going to change. Like the owner's not going nowhere. General manager's not going nowhere. Coach
15 years.
Yeah, but they're all coming back next year. So Jay, thank you for joining us, man. You're like a celebrity here. Everybody's happy to see you.
Well, I missed you guys. Everybody that I'm sure has been looking out for the new shirts that are coming out. I'm working on them. I promise. Tyson has hated me for the last 2 weeks. He's been trying to get me to take care of it. I've been busy. I apologize, but I will be taking care of it tonight.
And 137. Talk about them.
Well, where are my koozies though? Also, what happened to those?
It's
getting koozies.
I mean, they're just gonna get me, and I'm gonna get flamed in the chats and everything. It's all right, but 137 PM is great. I love it. I love it there. I wish Gary would buy the Jets. I mean, that would be amazing.
That would be.
I don't really necessarily. I don't want to speak for him, but I mean, here's the thing. When you walked in, and Kev, you know this, like when you walk into the Jets building, there's like this like weird like negative vibe there, right? Like even amongst like the Tyson, you remember like during the summer there, like there's always this like weird like
stigma
thing going on there that like whenever you're there, there's always like it's a weird vibe. Take the polar opposite of that, right? Like the most welcoming, amazing like vibe ever is like when every time I walk into that Gary's the Vayner office in the city, like. It's literally, it's not work. You're going to like, it's like a great place that you want to go on like a Friday night with all your friends and shit there, but like you're working while you're there. And it's great. And I feel like if he would buy the Jets, like, they would have a whole different vibe to him. Yep. And they'd be fan friendly and they would, he'd be able to recruit talent. He may not understand. Look, I know Gary knows a lot about football. I know he's never owned a football team, right? But like, I know a smart businessman when I see one, and a person who understands how to run an organization. That place is run, it's crazy. It's the best place ever. So
I have a lot more faith in him putting the right guys in place than I do with Woody or Chris or any of them. So
yeah, for sure. So anyway, anyone want to check out my content? My Twitter handle's right down there, and doing a lot of writing about sports cards. If anybody's interested in that. Don't buy any Jets cards. I've made that mistake plenty of times. It typically doesn't work out in your favor.
I was going to say, didn't you make a big investment on Corey Davis?
Corey Davis. I have so many Corey Davis rookie cards. He needs to start catching the ball. That'd be nice, but it is what it is. So, yeah, listen, I'm psyched to see everybody. I appreciate all the love in the chat, and get some other callers in.
Later, dude.
Appreciate you guys.
All right. Later, our good friend Jay, he's out. Let's see. We got here. Everybody wants to just fire people, and unfortunately nobody's getting fired, man. Everybody's coming back no matter what happens next 8 games. The Johnsons aren't going nowhere. I know I got a bunch of messages saying, hey, sign my petition and sign this and sign that. I'm not signing nothing, dude. I'm not wasting my energy. The owners are not going anywhere.
I've seen hundreds of those over the last decade. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to change. They make way too much money on the TV rights and everything else. They're enjoying it. They're making it. Win or lose, are making a shitload of money, so they don't care. So we're gonna bring on Trav, who actually went nuts on Sunday. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How are you?
What's up, man?
Doing great. How you doing, man?
I'm great. I appreciate you asking. Much better than Sunday, Tyson. A lot better than Sunday, dude.
It's
The Jack
ridiculous.
took over. But PT, first off, man, glad to see you back. Hope you're solid, brother. Definitely
Appreciate
like
that,
when
man.
I saw
Thank
you
you.
out of commission, I was thinking about you. So I'm glad to see you back, man.
It means a lot, dude. Thank you.
Seriously. To the thing I want to comment on what Jay had said, guys. If security guards are really turning into Bobby Boucher and beating up fans because they're trying to grab extra memorabilia, that's just the cherry on top of what we got going on. Seriously, I was like in disbelief hearing that.
Just add it to the list of the game day experience, right?
I mean,
Tackled by a
listen, that's better
security
than
guard,
watching the
getting
game.
yelled at by a parking lot attendant. We saw that when we were there at Halloween.
I mean, I hate the fact that our coach showed the most emotion this season bickering with our ex-coach.
Yep.
That's what it took to get
Shit
any
drives me
kind
nuts.
of just rise out of him whatsoever. But my hope is that we've always talked about the Jets tax. This draft class is 50 times better than last, which is easy because we didn't draft really anyone of value besides maybe Becton and Mann at punter. We have to build through the draft. We're not going to win in free agency, like you said, Tyson.
We're not gonna
It's
have a
gonna be
choice.
the same thing. It's going to be the same thing. We're either going to go low tier guys because, again, we're going to have a lot of holes with these guys on 1-year deals, or we're going to overpay. And we've shown that we're not willing to do that, at least not for the right guys. So if we don't hit on the
they may have overpaid on John Franklin Myers.
no, we
That-
definitely overpaid on JFM.
That and also, do you think Joe Douglas might feel a little bit of pressure going into this offseason if there aren't any results by the end of the year where he feels like he has to make a splash and overpay for
Because
somebody?
they can't sell tickets.
I'd have to assume that he's feeling it a little bit now just because how inept Salah looks and he really backed that horse. He's got to be feeling it now.
Yep.
He has to. I mean, he's
Well, and if Trav, be honest though, and this is just based on my being a longtime fan of this team. When you're coming off a year like this where it's ridiculously disappointing, especially if the quarterback keeps playing mediocre, you know who else starts putting pressure on the team? Woody Johnson. I need a splash move because I need to sell tickets because I can't sell shit right now because my team sucks.
yep,
and
that's why we got Tremaine Johnson.
You're gonna have Joe Douglas on the hot seat and Woody Johnson being desperate, and that's where dumb things start to happen. And that's the biggest thing you worry about.
That's where
Very
Tim
worried
Tebow
about that.
happens.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm very worried about that. I just think, again, that if Douglas doesn't hit on this draft class, and again, we have a similar season to what we're having now, that's the point where we just have to hit the reset button. There's no excuse at that point. Like, no one can say he didn't have time. No one can say he didn't have the right authority. The team has changed their structure on how coaching reports to general manager, general manager to ownership. He's got everything in the kitchen to cook with. He's got onions like PT loves. He's got the steak. He's got the sides. He's got all that stuff. And if he can't chef it up, that just means he can't do it. And that's
see, before we even go into just the offseason, what they got to do in the offseason, they still have 8 games left.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, like I'm not like people have already written off the Jets and just written off like we're gonna lose all the games. We suck. To me, this is still an 8-game audition for this coaching staff and everybody else. Like, I'm not giving anybody a pass here. Like, you can't keep getting blown out 40 points a week, giving up all these things, historically, bad defense. And like, it's just injuries, man. Sorry. When every other team in the NFL is dealing with injuries, like at some point, Salah's got to wake up and somebody's got to walk into his office and say, listen, man, I understand you're facing some heat right now, but you've got to improve here. So you better do whatever it takes to make some moves. And Joe Douglas too. Like, what are they made a bunch of moves today. It's like they got a guy from the Bills practice squad and all this other shit. Like, dude, I would have work. Like, somebody made a really good point. I forget, maybe it must have been on YouTube or like that. When the Seattle Seahawks were rebuilding, John Schneider and Pete Carroll were working out guys. There was like every day waiver wire, in and out. Like, dude, they were working out guys endlessly until they found pieces of the puzzle that worked. If I'm the Jets, I do the same thing.
Yeah,
every
stone.
day, dude, you look everywhere and you bring as much talent as possible and find what sticks. Like, having 4 quarterbacks with Flacco right now is ridiculous. But whatever, like, keep turning it over. And these next 8 games should still be an audition, dude. Like, they shouldn't get a pass and be like, you know what, you can lose, 6 out of the next 8. And it's no big deal. There's got to be repercussions.
Guys, can we agree that the real issue is with the season completely out of reach? These next 8 games, players are going to mail it in, so we can't really assess our talent. We can't assess our talent,
especially on 1-year contracts.
I think it's going to be split. You're going to have some guys, yes, that are absolutely going to make some business decisions, mail it in, look towards next year. And then you're going to have other guys, hopefully, that are on the rookie contracts or guys that are going to hit free agency that are going to want to put some good film on tape, want to get paid, and hopefully bring a little bit to the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're going to probably see the veteran guys that are 1-year deals will come up with my hamstring, my this, my that, my back. They'll be out and get ready for next year. They're not going to want to play here and just they don't want to get a big time injury and lose on a losing season. You got to hope all these rookies keep emerging and playing hard. But at the same time, like guys like Quinnen Williams and John Franklin Myers, you got to see more, dude. Like it's and I listen and.
I can't hold it against players making business decisions, those fellas. Like when they know they're not going to be here next year and our culture's this bad and we're this much of a laughing stock, can you blame them for mailing it in? I can't.
That's the culture, dude. Because you know what? When the players do mail it in, when you start to see it, you know what you do as a coach? You either bench them or you cut them. Yep. And you make this statement to the locker room like, we're not going to tolerate this shit. And Saleh has yet to do that. The only person he's held accountable is Denzel Mims. That's the only person he's held accountable the entire. But seriously, dude, it's true. How many poor play? We would literally watch Nathan Shepard make the same penalty every week, and he's back in the next play. Justin Hardy had the terrible taunting penalty right back in the next play.
Corey Davis every single week.
Yep. And there's no repercussions for doing something dumb or bad or anything else. Like there were certain teams like Parcells, dude, if you fumbled the football, bro, you're out of the game. To the doghouse you go, we don't give a shit who you are. And you know what that puts? That little fear in your mind. Like, I've got to play better. I got to play smarter. That doesn't happen
I
here,
knew
man.
we were in trouble when the O-line, and I've never seen this on a team, came out and trashed our rookie. What was it, week 2, week 3? That just showed a complete lack of respect for the coaching staff, because if you had any respect for your coach, you would not go out there and trash the rookie and put him in a situation where he has to talk about you throwing a quarterback under the bus.
But again,
they were looking out for themselves, though.
But it gets better than that.
Criticized over their play, and they wanted to defend themselves.
Just look, if Mac Jones gets smoked on the Patriot field, if he gets a late hit or something like that, obviously the Patriots always get all the calls. Dude, they rally around him like anything else. These guys will fight back and forth for Mac Jones. When Josh Allen was starting with the Bills, he was getting cracked around. They all rallied around him. Dude, Zach Wilson gets smoked. Nobody gives a rat's ass. Mike White gets cracked. I mean, McGovern did a little whatever push. But, dude, they're not a united team. They don't give a shit, man. They walk around like, hey, man, next play up, next man up. Who cares? They're just.
And that all starts with the head coach.
Yep. There's no pride, man.
Kind of attitude. Yep.
When your coach states in his opening presser that his goal is to get guys paid the most money.
Yep.
I've never heard that before. What about building a cohesive unit of guys that want to they want to play for each other? They want to go out there and get in a street fight and help each other out. What do you mean?
Bingo.
Of course you want guys to get paid, but how do you say that? Like, it just, again, like his presser sound bites are atrocious. When he said he had fun watching the Bills, are you a fan of Buffalo? What are we talking about? I'm getting upset thinking about this shit.
But then, and this is right here from Coin Hunter made the extra point. When he actually doubled down on on single coverage on Diggs and actually said, that's my scheme. So wait, your scheme is going to put a guy on an island that can't cover the receiver. And your scheme, is going to give up points. And that's your scheme. He's cool with it. Bro.
Arrogance thinking that your scheme supersedes what your eyes are telling you. It's just arrogance.
Or ridiculously stubborn, man. But it's not working. And the thing is, like, the one thing that he sold us, or whoever sold us, was that he adjusts the system to his players. Didn't they say that? On offense and defense, I take what I have, I maximize their potential. We it's like we're all part of a sum, like we do all, and it's the complete opposite. It's like he's trying to put a square peg in a round hole. It's not working. I'm like, you know what? Maybe next week. Because you know what? There's no fear of failure here. There's no fear of losing here. They know it's okay to lose. The owner's not gonna get mad. Joe Nugget's not gonna get mad.
You're not
that's
gonna get cut. Not gonna get benched.
Nothing is gonna happen if you can do the stupidest shit. All right, we're gonna have a good week of practice and back at it next week.
Yeah, I think it's like PT said on a stream a long time ago, and it stuck with me because it's so true. We always are. It seems like 2-3 years away, and you're right, Tyson. This is a wasted season. No one's developed. Nope. Becton wasn't on the field. Wilson looked like he regressed when he was on the field. I haven't seen the scheme do the things these guys said in the presser. Because at least if I could say, you know what, that's a well-designed play. When we have the right talent in place, that's going to work. I got nothing to work with here.
Well, the thing is, just think about it this way. If this is a true rebuild, our whole goal was develop the offense, develop the defense, so we move forward as we have building blocks going to next year. Right now, you're going to say, 3/5 of your offensive line is going to be replaced. We have no idea what the quarterback is because he's been hurt and playing terribly. on defense, a good portion of these guys aren't even going to be here next year.
Yep.
So we don't even know what our defense is because all these guys
we
are
have
here.
no safeties.
We have no safeties.
Linebackers just
the linebackers are shot. The
Yep.
corners, we have no idea. And then
Yep.
maybe Carl Lawson goes back. The defensive line, they're completely all overpaid and not doing anything. So we don't know what Salah's real defense is because they haven't played defense all year. And the offense isn't even being led by our quarterback.
And
So
then
how's that a rebuild year?
Fans are talking about to sink more money into D tackles like JFN by giving Quinnen a contract. We can't give Quinnen $18 million a year. We can't do it.
Not now.
You can't justify that.
No.
You can't.
It's
Either
a fiasco, man.
You might not even be able to pay Foley right now either.
Which is even worse because at least you know what, when he's on the field, he tries and he hits the gap. He's a great run stuffer. It's just bad all the way around. I really appreciate you guys having me on, man.
Great call, man.
Great
call, man.
seeing you, PT.
Stuff, dude.
I'll catch you guys next week.
Have a great day, man. Yeah, I mean, and that's the whole thing, man. You have goals for the year. You set your parameters of what you're looking for out of the offense, the defense, the team overall, from the head coach. And we have 8 games left, and we have significantly more questions than answers all over the field. Left tackle, we don't know what Becton is. He could probably miss the whole season. Vera Tucker is okay. Center should be gone. Right tackle should be gone. Right guard should be gone. Running backs, okay, you got some. Receivers, you have some good, whatever, Corey Davis. We have no tight ends. We've justified that now. And on defense, I have no idea what we have there, other than CJ Mosley, who probably shouldn't demand to be traded.
So we need at least 3 offensive linemen, possibly 4, a tight end, a number 1 wide receiver, a number 1 corner, 2 safeties, possibly 3 linebackers, and we don't know if we have any pass rushers for all that money.
And we're not even sure if our coach's defensive scheme even works because right now he's been exposed.
What I want to know is what changed from last year with the Niners, where he had plenty of injuries. I mean, Bosa went down, Sherman went down. He had a number of injuries there, and they played pretty well throughout the year. Like, what changed from last year to this year?
Can I answer that question?
He
actually coached the defense.
So what do you think is preventing him from just stepping in right now and saying, you know what, I'm going to take over here? Like, what do you think is stopping him? I have
no idea. Is it stubbornness? Is it arrogance? Is it a refusal?
But wouldn't stubbornness like make you want to take over? Like, no, I'm going to do this my way. Like, you step aside.
I told you that yesterday.
You don't know what you're doing. Like, what is stop?
I'm a hands-on guy, dude. I'm a hands-on guy, dude. If there's something not going the way I like, I will dive in head first. Like, we're going to fix this shit my way right now because I refuse to be embarrassed. I have pride. Anything we do, dude.
That's what
look at our show. You take pride in it, dude. You take pride in what you do, man. That's you can't sit and watch this. And the high-profile job like that, when you're getting just thrashed, like historically, the numbers are giving up now are historically bad. Do you want your name associated with that? Fuck no. I'd be like, listen, Jeff, I'm sorry, dude, but whatever you're doing right now is not working. We're going to change this shit. We're going to do 15-hour days every goddamn day. I don't care if you don't like it. If you don't like it, you're fired. And we're going to fix this today. And that's it. Like, that's the way it should work here. Like, you can't worry about ruffling feathers, hurting people's feelings. It's a business, man. It's your career. It's your job.
And while you brought that up, I know some people probably don't even want to get back into this, but the whole Rex Ryan shit, right? The fact that he has no problem telling Rex Ryan that he knows where to find him, but he doesn't want to ruffle any feathers within the walls of one Jets drive.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to call out the defense.
Acting all tough.
He doesn't want to yell at the refs. He can call out a retired, out-of-shape coach for criticizing him and doing his job as an analyst, but he can't criticize his own team and his own players.
Yeah, is he criticizing Colin Coward or everybody else is ripping him up and down? That's just amateur hour
and
shit,
then he gets his brother to chime in too. Like, come on. Dude.
That's just they're in over their heads, man. They have no idea what they're doing right now. They just all right.
The one guy the one guy that's experienced some level of success in the last 20 years. Say what you want about whether or not he actually built that team. Obviously, it was Mangini that built it and Tannenbaum, but he won here. He did something here. Yep. He actually got players to play for him, and he won.
So since he harassed us. So now we want to thank the chat for enjoying this show and all the 2 excellent callers that start to show off now. A lot of really good things going on right now. But as you know, with this show, there's always going to be good and there's going to be bad. And right now we go to the bad because
hold on,
get it over with now.
Well, no, his last call was fire, so maybe it's going to be.
What's up, guys?
Did you get your link, Bozo?
Yeah, I got my link. What's up?
Do you want to understand how the show works? You don't get the link until the show actually starts, Steve.
Okay.
Just so you know.
All right, that's fine. Oh, so what's going on, guys? What's going on? Kevin, I hope you're doing shoulder? Well. I know you went through a tough time. I hope you're doing okay.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
No problem, man. You know
what do you have on your shoulder right now?
What's that red thing?
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know.
Is that your pillow?
But
You know what it is?
It's just.
I thought you were like icing or something. I don't know if you
Yeah,
just,
yeah,
weight room
yeah.
or
like his
No, I'm
binky.
not. But it's just, something. It's just, I don't know what to say. I'm lost for words. I really, really don't understand. Why is it that this coaching staff can't bench players if something's going wrong? Why isn't Greg Van Roten on the bench? Oh, because he's a starter. Bench him. I don't give a fuck. Bench him. Put Dan Feeney in. Put the guy we got from Kansas City. I don't understand what the fuck is going on with the coaching staff. Saleh has to do a better job. If Saleh is going to continue to do this, listen, I'm not going to be saying fire Saleh right now, but come on, you got to do better. I understand, young team. It's ridiculous.
All right, so what were your thoughts on the way the defense has been playing the last 3 out of 4 weeks?
The defense sucks. It's atrocious. This is the worst defensive team I've ever seen. This defense sucks, Tyson.
Dude,
it sucks.
But now,
I've never seen a team miss so many tackles, miss so many coverages. Right now, the defense doesn't play together. They don't stick together. They don't even know how to tackle players. They're so far up their fucking ass right now, they don't even know how to adjust things. I understand. It's okay to lose games, but be competitive. Be close in them. I'm so fucking sick of this, Tyson. I don't understand how this team doesn't tackle. Saleh, you're a defensive guru. Jeff Ulbrich, come on.
So now, what are your thoughts on Saleh not getting involved in the defensive play calling?
I don't understand it. He needs to get involved with it. I don't understand why he's just going to let Ulbrich continue to do this. I really don't get this at all.
New Jersey?
I don't get it. He's gotta get in there. He's got to get in there and coach the defensive football. I don't understand that. He's got to understand what's going on. Why is the defensive side looking like shit? I got to help my defensive coach make adjustments.
So what'd you think about the 4th and 1 where they didn't call timeout?
Oh, can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
What did you think about the 4th and 1 play where they didn't call timeout?
Oh, that was ridiculous. That was absolutely ridiculous. You got to look. You got to know. Sometimes the coach has to see the play call there. And then when he was asked about that after the game, he goes, "Oh, well, we really had a set play. We really had a choice. We really had a play." It's like, watch the fucking play clock. You need to watch the play clock.
What were your thoughts on Saleh kind of calling out Rex Ryan yesterday?
Oh my God! Listen, Rex needs to take a hike. I don't understand why Rex is getting involved with stuff right now.
Wait, so you're mad at Rex and not Saleh?
I'm not saying I'm mad at Rex, but the thing is, Rex just has has to be quiet.
Why?
Listen,
it's his job.
I understand
he's an analyst on ESPN.
Just like listen, everybody's gonna trash out the Jets. Listen, I've seen this. I've seen all the reporters, after games when we lose badly, like Colin Cowherd, Rex Ryan. I've seen it all. All the reporters.
So why can't Rex speak? It's his job to speak about it.
He could speak what he wants to say, but
why is it wrong? He wasn't wrong.
I'm just lost for words with this team.
But he wasn't wrong though.
I'm lost for words.
Okay, so then you're a diehard fan. You love going to games, love tailgating. Are you going to go to any Jet games the rest of this year?
I'm actually going to the game on Sunday.
There you go. The diehard fan. See that? When did you buy the tickets?
Oh, well, my buddy bought the tickets. We bought them a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, so you already had them then. Okay.
It's probably after the Titans win.
I actually really wished I was at that Titan game or that Bengal game. That Bengal game had to be unbelievable. Kevin, I saw your video with the Mike White chant. So my question is if Zach Wilson is healthy tomorrow, if Zach Wilson is healthy, do you start him?
I don't think he's healthy, dude. I think they're starting Mike White on Sunday.
You don't think so? I mean, listen, we'll see.
I will say that if he's 100% healthy, which I don't think he is, I agree with Tyson. But if he's 100% healthy, I think this is the perfect time to bring him back in there. Kind of coming off 2 shitty games in a row, the offense hasn't really moved the ball, or at least last week it didn't move the ball. So I think if you put Mike White back in there and he has a good game, then you're probably going to continue to play him. Right now, he's coming off a bad game, so I think it would be easy to throw Wilson in there, maybe uplift the team a little bit, bring a little juice.
Unfortunately, at the end of the day, we're the ones that have to always suffer all the time.
Yep.
The Johnsons come, they get their money, congratulations. But you know what you're doing at the end?
They got your
You're
money.
making the fans suffer. And by the way, before you guys let me go, Jay, I was listening to Jay earlier when I was watching Jay's talk, when Jay talked to you guys. Who is this Gary guy he talks about all the
Gary
time?
V?
Yeah,
he's
who
just
is this Gary
Gary
guy?
Vaynerchuk? He's just some random dude, man. He's nobody really. He's just really not really prominent. Nobody really knows who he is.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, it's just Gary V. He's just some guy. Not
all
very
right.
popular or
Well,
anything.
we unfortunately we got to move forward. See what happens with these last 8 games. Tyson, there is more questions. I agree with you. More questions about the season going forward. But
Absolutely.
please, at the end of the season, I don't care. Get Greg Van Roten the fuck out of here. Get him out.
Steve,
Well
before you go, you had a message for Tyrone. You said on Twitter, right?
Yeah, I know. I was hoping he would come on tonight.
Sounded like you wanted to call him out for something.
No, I wasn't trying to call him out. It's just that I wanted to see him.
He wanted to talk to him, not us. Basically, what he said.
Face to face, for the first time through a video. I know we've had conversations before on Twitter with him and I, but he's a great fan, great guy.
Do you know who Elon Musk is?
No.
Okay, they had a question for you. Okay. So you don't know who Elon Musk is or Gary V?
Okay.
You don't. No, I'm just asking. You don't know who Gary V or Elon Musk is, right?
No.
Okay. Cool. Steve, thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
Hey, no problem, guys. Goodbye.
Have a good night.
See?
Wow.
See, now prime time, did I behave? I started no problems. I didn't.
I thought he was kidding at first. He was serious though. Oh my god.
How does he not know who? Hey, man. Well,
that's what being a diehard Jet fan will do.
We're gonna go to Sneakers to Boots. What's up, man?
What's up, fellas? How are you?
What's up, man?
This is the epitome of
it's gonna be tough to top that one, man. Good luck.
This is the epitome of our show right there with balls.
Prime time. I just want to say I'm sorry for whatever you've been going through, and it's glad to have you back. And I hope everything is going well from here on out for you.
Definitely.
I don't know how the hell we get here. Like every week, we're just keep coming back to the same shit. I was at 80% of not giving it a shit anymore, but now I'm like at least 90. And then they'll probably just like have a really good game against the Dolphins and then just shit the bed for the next 3 weeks.
But you know what though? To be completely honest with you though, I think the Jets like that. When they lose like this and we all become numb to the losing, what happens is nobody cares anymore and they fall into the back pages like nobody gives a shit anymore. Jets lose 45-10, nobody cares. Like they become irrelevant and they're fine because they're still making money. Like when they're out of the headlines, they're probably happy, dude. That's what they kind of want at this point, I'm guessing.
I personally don't think we're ever out of the damn headlines. Like we can't even lose and be irrelevant. We can't be like the Texans or the Jaguars or like the Browns when they were like really, really crappy for a while. Like we always have some circus that's going on every year, regardless, because like right now we've been getting killed, right? 45 points every week. And now we have the worst defense since 66.
Yep. No,
and I've said it a few times. Yeah. I don't even think they want us anymore. Like the diehard fan that gets drunk and goes out to games, supports. Like I don't think they want us anymore. They want the people that are in the club seats, drinking wine, watching the game on the TV sets. Like they don't care about us anymore. They don't care about the true diehard fan, the guy that was there every single Sunday at Giant Stadium, like the guy that created that atmosphere, 80,000 every single week. Like they don't care about that stuff anymore. And it's one of the reasons we have the worst home atmosphere in all of football.
Yep.
Like there's no home field advantage when you go to MetLife. It sucks, but it's the truth.
Feelings mutual. So screw you, Johnsons. Like especially going to a air conditioner looking stadium, no originality, no fan experience.
It's like a fucking
like
toaster.
Tin can, anything.
1.7 billion.
2 teams had to figure that out, and like literally a fucking 6-year-old could have figured out a better stadium than that.
So now you're looking at the team right now. They're surrounded by turmoil. Everybody's questioning everybody. They're historically bad on defense. The offense, you can't figure out who the quarterback is because they're all getting hurt. What do you expect to see out of this team? Like, what do you like? Do you think Saleh actually gets more hands-on the defense, just doesn't tell anybody, and he tries to fix things? Do they think they force back Zach Wilson before he has to come back? Like, what do you think happens here?
Honestly, I'm done predicting. I don't know what's going to happen because every time we try to guess, we are completely wrong or we're in for a ride every time. Yep. I mean, I hope Zach plays if he's healthy. Like, I don't want him out there if he's not fully healthy, especially if he's coming off a PCL injury. Like, people like always hear the mantra of like ACL. PCL is essentially the same thing, except it goes the opposite way in terms of ligament structure in your knee. So he will have a tough time running laterally. It's not forward and back; it's back or lateral, side to side. So
That's a big part. That's a big part of his game. That's my biggest fear is behind this offensive line. Zach Wilson, his footwork and his mobility is a big asset in this offense. And if you limit that, or he feels uncertain that he doesn't have that confidence to run around and move around, dude, that's really dangerous to bring him back too fast, man. It is,
especially the way that Dolphin defense was playing last week.
They beat the shit out of Lamar Jackson. Yep.
Well, and then you compare that to also not having a quick mind. Like Mike White actually has like a good quick mind, getting the ball out of his hands, getting to his first and second read out of the backfield, which is good. And hopefully Zach will learn that. But like right now, he's kind of playing hero ball still. So until he proves us Jet fans wrong and plays how he should be, I'm gonna just expect him to just try to keep doing what he's doing.
I thought he was overwhelmed on Sunday, dude. I thought, the Corey Davis fumble was enormous. That was just game changing. And then once the defense comes out, gives up points, then Mike White just started playing hero ball, just trying to throw the ball up, try to make a splash play out of desperation, and then it just all went right to shit.
Can I just say also, what the hell does a fucking headset have to do with calling a timeout on 4th and 1? You don't need a headset to call a timeout. You realize that the ref is right there. You can just run up and literally do this.
Couldn't explain it, dude. That's when you know Salah is in over his head. Like he's being completely overwhelmed by the moment. Where a basic answer, whereas, hey man, I blew it. I thought somebody else was gonna call it, or he didn't know how to we checked the headsets. This and that. Headset for what? You stand next to the fucking ref. You watch the clock count down. 5, 4, 3, 2. You know what? Oh shit, timeout, man. And they have a time management guy. They have a guy that tells them.
It's almost like worse than Gettleman, because I think not Gettleman. Joe Judge was saying that I guess the headsets weren't working for them for 8 weeks straight apparently. Yep. So and the NFL heard nothing of it. So people the New York head coaches are way too over their head. They're just making stuff up at this point.
Yeah, no, it's bad. Salah's his press conferences now are bad. Like whoever's coaching him and telling him what to say needs to get a better clue, because I'm convinced they're giving him talking points that I think as an organization they probably meet. Because he meets with Joe Douglas all the time. They probably say, okay, in today's press conference, here is our team stance on these takes, and this is what we're going to say. They're going to try to come out with some bullshit. I'll keep saying it. I don't think this is him, dude. I just think that they're trying to do so much damage control and trying to have this one united take coming out of the organization, and it's just bullshit.
I wish they could realize that they're doing more damage to him by not allowing him to be himself if he's really holding something back, because like we've been talking about, I mean, the guy that we were sold on for however many months prior to the season and in training camp that was talking all this shit, all gas, no brakes, we have not seen any component of that at all so far.
I'd have more respect for him if they asked him, say, listen, man, why didn't you call timeout in the 4th and 1? Man, I fucked up. We lost track. We thought we were going to get the playoff. We didn't. Dude, you'd be like, you know what? Okay, that's the first time head coach me. Don't sell me some bullshit, because the bullshit you're selling is making you come off incompetent. And that's the problem with all this, especially on defense, dude. He can't even explain his defense, what's going on there. He can't even try to explain it. Execution.
It's so frustrating.
It's not play calling, it's execution. Get the fuck out of here.
You can just tell that his press conference aren't natural. He's definitely getting pulled by a puppet. He's it's just not him. We didn't buy these bag of goods.
Or he's just completely overwhelmed and he just can't handle the spotlight.
He's just lost.
One of the two.
I don't know about that, but the thing is also with the scheme, or even how do you praise the Bills? And you literally just said that they play the same defense as we do, but you're in admiration of what they're doing to us,
dude.
And then also on our offense, on the offensive side of the ball, McGovern literally had Ed Oliver lined up right over his nose, and he shifts to his right and just let Ed Oliver rush right into Mike White's lap. It's like, what are you looking at?
A couple times that happened. It's bad, man. It's bad. He can't explain it. And now it's I'm telling you, there's more going on behind the scenes than we realize. It's just becoming more and more apparent. The way he's talking, the way they're handling things, and it's getting ugly. And how they handle the quarterback is going to be fascinating. I'm telling you right now, I don't think Zach Wilson should play on Sunday. I don't think he should. If the reports are true that he was warming up, but he still had a limp. He didn't look comfortable and everything else. Not a lot's going to change in 3 days or 4 days. It's not. It's going to take time, man. And you can't rush him back. That'd be the stupidest thing this organization could do. So,
what do you guys think is our actual record of his next 6 games where we actually have a chance? Realistically, I think we win 2.
We went 2.
but then we get crapped on the other 4.
Yep.
That's the problem. Like, I don't care if we lose all 6, but if we lose by 3 to 4 points every game, I'm fine with that.
No, knowing the Jets, dude, they'll go beat the Texans and be proud of themselves and have like a Joe Douglas press conference after the game saying, I told you so. See, we're rallying around our team. The Jets are conveniently available when they're winning and conveniently unavailable when they're losing. That's how they run the organization.
Bingo.
Well, the accountability is just out the window, and it starts from the
Owners.
Owners all the way down to what the first caller was saying with the people getting bombarded with like merchandise and everything else. Like, what is going on? Like, nobody's being accountable. Like, you are right now having to pay fans to go to your games. Like, I think prior time I saw your video or last time, like, you said you were trying to give tickets away for free, and you couldn't even do that. Like, there's no point for you as a season ticket holder to get $15. I'd rather give them away for free to at least like get like
I tried.
have a good time.
I hit up so many people. Nobody wanted to go.
Bro, you can
who
say
wants
right
to
now.
spend a Sunday watching this shit.
You can
It's
go
not a
right
Sunday,
now.
It's a whole Sunday.
But right now, it's like you ask somebody right now, be like, hey man, you guys want to go to a game on Sunday? What game? Jet game? No, I'm good, man. I'd rather go to a sports bar. I'd rather go do this. Like, who wants to go watch that shit? Because it's a lot involved. You guys spend $45 to park, $15 a beer, and you're wasting your entire day and sitting in traffic for no friggin' reason whatsoever.
I was trying to give away free parking too. I couldn't even do that.
It's crazy, man.
And you know what the thing is that usually, like, for me, I only have like 1 or 2 good diehard Jet fan friends, and we usually go with a bunch of other friends, and they're usually like kind of like half-assed in football anyway. So like, I'm trying to intently watch the game and they're fooling around, and then like I'm starting to get pissed off because they're like fooling around, but then I'm like watching the product on the field and it's just so frustrating, and it's just not worth any time. It's not worth your mental sanity at this point.
Well, then you have that. If they start playing poorly, then you're surrounded by opposing teams' fans too, and that's just the worst experience ever. You're like, you know what? You're sitting here on a Sunday. We all work hard for our money. You're wasting your money, and you're having a horrible experience to boot. And you could be down by 30 points, and the fucking big screen will have like, let's go Jets, 3rd down. Like, come on, bro. Like this, what are we doing here?
And Jay made a great point earlier. A phone call. Me and my dad, we both get phone calls every week to buy more tickets.
Mm-hmm.
A phone call about, you know what? We're sorry the way the season's gone. Here's free beverages. Some merchandise,
autographed helmet, something.
Yeah, anything. Reach out to the people that have already invested full price in this shit.
Yep.
Show that you appreciate them for once.
Say we're sorry how things are going, but you know what? Here's $50 in vouchers and an autographed Zach Wilson helmet. Thank you for being a Jets fan.
Yeah.
Especially you PSL season ticket holders getting screwed. But for some reason they keep digging their hole lower than the bar, and they're like literally in the earth. Like they just keep digging.
Same old Jets.
Thanks for having me on, guys, and letting us rant, because this is much needed, and we wouldn't be sorry, we're such a loyal fan base, and we just need somewhere to vent, and you guys give us that platform, and it's greatly appreciated.
No, good job, man. Thanks for calling in.
Man. Great call, dude.
No, callers, man. Even Steve was good, man. No, it's tough, man. The Jets are just the gift that keeps on giving in terms of smacking you in the mouth. So we're gonna go see now. Nick was here complaining. He was the first on. Now he's complaining that we didn't get him on fast.
Bro, I clicked the link first. What the hell is this?
Dude, one more word, you'd be gone. You'd be out. You'd be off the show.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm like kidding, dude. What's up, man?
Yeah, so good thing they're making money though, right? They're making money. We don't have to win games. These guys are getting paid. Dude, I'm so tired of this emphasis on they're getting paid.
Yep.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Like, what message is that into the fans? Like, these guys are getting paid.
I think that Saleh, not to cut you out, I think that Saleh just wanted to come out and act like the players' friends. Like, I got your back. I want to make sure you get paid.
Yeah.
But in reality, you're a first-year head coach. You need to be setting the bar pretty high. You need to set the example, what's tolerated, what's not, hold these players accountable. And if you're just trying to get them paid, how do you do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, it's just so frustrating that it seems like the fans care more than the actual Jets. It's just weird. Like the fans, like they're down. The players, they're down 38-3, and they're like laughing and smiling on the sideline. And Jeff Ulbrich is like joking with the guys. I don't know if you saw, but in the game, Jeff Ulbrich, he was kind of like high fiving the guys. He was high fiving Rankins and Fatukasi. Like for what? What exactly did you guys accomplish there? You got your ass kicked and you're laughing and joking on the sideline. Like what kind of culture is that? What kind of culture is that? We need a culture to not accept bullshit, and they're accepting bullshit. It's just so frustrating that the fans seem more pissed off at the losing.
But you know what's even more frustrating than that? that ownership and the general manager are accepting it as well. The fans don't mean shit, dude. We spend money. We can be mad all we want. At the end of the game, the players
should mean something.
But we do. But more importantly, the owner should be pissed off. The general manager should be pissed off, and the coach should be pissed off. And they should be demanding changes immediately. They should be making change immediately and be slamming shit, changing shit, cutting players, benching players, doing all kinds of stuff. Have a sense of urgency throughout the building and say, you know what? Even though we are young and rebuilding, winning is a priority here. Like winning is a mandate. We are supposed to be much more competitive than we are. And this is unacceptable and not tolerated. To come in every fucking week and be like, yeah, man, you know, it's kind of on execution and it starts with me, but it starts with me and nobody believes them. And it's like, well, you know, it's just, come on, man.
Dude, it's just so frustrating because when we hired Saleh, like let's backtrack to January 2021 when it was announced that Robert Saleh was going to be the head coach of the Jets. We were all so pumped up to see this fire and brimstone guy. He's going to light a fire in the locker room. He's going to hold guys accountable. He's going to make adjustments at the half. Everything that Adam Gase was not, Robert Saleh is going to be. And instead, we've seen the exact same thing, if not worse. And for all these be patient people out there, what the fuck have you seen from this coaching staff that makes you say that we are a vast improvement from last year?
We're not.
Oh, we matched our win total from last year. We already got 2 wins. That's as bad as last year. We had a lot of winnable games last year, and I'm not saying that we were good last year, but like 2 wins as opposed to maybe 0 wins is just – that doesn't necessarily mean that you're a great team and you're building towards the future. It just means you have 2 wins.
Look at last year's defense as opposed to this year's defense. It's like light years worse, and it's the defensive coach.
Dude, Tyson, this team is lifeless.
Yep,
I agree. Lifeless. It seems like Corey Davis, he looked like he didn't even want to fucking be there. In fact, everybody on this team, it seemed like everybody was on fucking autopilot. It seemed like nobody wanted to be there.
Especially Joe Flacco. He didn't want nothing to do with that fucking game on Sunday. It seemed like nobody had any desire to actually lace up a pair of cleats and be there because they know that they don't have to win. And they're just collecting a paycheck. Yep.
I'm tired of this bullshit. We're getting paid and we don't have to do anything. Because the young locker room, this is the youngest team in football, and they're learning this bullshit culture. It's madness. Like, you have to teach these guys. We were so banked on Saleh finally establishing a rebuild the right way. It means these guys need to learn how to win and learn how to not accept losing every week. And they're accepting it. And not only that, but they're justifying it. They're justifying their scheme. They're justifying everything.
They're accepting it. They're accepting it. They're justifying it, and it doesn't piss them off at all.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing.
It's okay. It doesn't bother them. They get in
if
the locker room, they shower, they go home, and they're fine. We're still pissed off about it on a Tuesday. They don't give a fuck about it.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, like Gase and Kotite and all the bad coaches the Jets have had over the years. If there's one thing that they all had in common that was some sort of positive, they hated losing. At least it seemed like to me. And Saleh, he doesn't care if they win or lose. All they care about is if
he seems to be
character guys.
He seems to be
high character guys doesn't mean that you have a great team. If you're a nicest person, can my 9-year-old cousin play for the Jets? He's a great kid. Can he play cornerback on Stephon Diggs? No, he can't.
Dude,
like it's just
absolutely right.
It's bullshit. Just because you have nice guys doesn't mean you're a great team. I'm tired.
And you know what? And you know what though? Even if it's not in Saleh's nature to rip guys in the media or whatever, and like kind of take that stance and rip the team and all that shit, fake it,
exactly.
Throw some shit around, get pissed off, like do something to try and shake it up a little bit.
But don't you think? But hold on. But don't you think? For me, it seems like Saleh goes out of his way to just give the impression that everything is fine, everything's gonna be all right. Like he always says it though, dude. Yeah. Like they asked him about Sunday. He's like, well, you know, only a couple plays, and he's like, the first quarter was pretty good, but then in the second half, it kind of got away with us because other than that, it was all right. Other than what? God. It's a 60-minute game. So the 60-minute game, you're going to focus on 5 minutes where you played common football and ignore the other 55 minutes that everything is fine. It's like he wants to portray that he's in control. It's all right, and everything's fine. I'm telling you, he's the fucking dog on Twitter, dude. The dog with the fire around him. Everything is fine. Fucking, that's what he is. Everything is always okay in Saleh world. Always.
And then I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but it seems like in every single post-game presser, instead of acknowledging what you did wrong, Saleh's complimenting the other team, saying that they were just a great team.
Every fucking time.
Oh, the Colts were creating space. Oh, the Colts were making great plays. Oh, the Broncos were great on defense. Oh, the Patriots, they were racking up interceptions. They had great coverage. Like, when are you going to acknowledge that you did anything
10
wrong?
yards off the ball. Yep. Crazy.
When are you going to acknowledge that you did anything
excuse.
wrong instead of complimenting that team? Not to cut you off, prime time, but I was just saying, like, it's just dumb that these post-game pressures, he's always complimenting the other team instead of holding anyone accountable.
And the thing is, his little thing is just like, well, the thing that really pissed me off, where he's like, it wasn't the play calling, it was the execution. So now you're going to tell us that the coaching is top notch and the players aren't going through the plays that you're calling, because that's horseshit too. It's like, come on, man. Like I'm telling you, he's saying things that even he doesn't believe himself. Like, I'm sure he walks away with his script, be like, guys, what'd you give me this week? Because I can't even, like, I'm telling the media this shit. Even I don't believe that.
Yeah, it's just dumb because, like,
we're not overreacting at all.
We're not overreacting.
This is straight. This is just straight facts.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Mosley even called out like the scheme and the players. Like he said, it's a combination of everything.
So did Rankins.
Coaching players like all of us. Yeah,
really?
I'm pretty sure if the chat has. I'm trying to look for it right now. I'm pretty sure he said something after the game. Like, it's a combination of everything.
Jared Davis said it. Jared Davis did. Sheldon Rankins did. 3 or 4 guys said it, man.
Yeah, and it's very weird because I actually have a friend who's a 49ers fan. And he was telling me, like, dude, I have no clue what's going on with Salah. Like, this is not how he was in San Francisco. He was holding guys accountable. He was making adjustments. He was firing brimstone in the locker room. Like, what the hell is going on? I don't know why he's so different from a coordinator to a head coach. I don't know if that's Joe Douglas telling him, like, dude, tone it down, do this, or if that's Woody Johnson. It's just very strange how drastically different this is from a coordinator to a head coach.
No, it's drastic. It's drastically different than everybody saying all gas, no brakes. Everybody want to come in and put the fucking banner on the building and buy the T-shirts and the wristbands, and you go to practice, all gas, no brakes, all this hoopla around it, and you come out timid, you come out passive, you come out lifeless with no passion, no energy, no heart, and no effort.
Dude, every week I go in thinking, all right, it can't be worse than the last game, but it ends up being worse than the last game.
Always.
So like, I don't know.
I say that every season too.
Yep.
Like, I don't know where the bottom is. I don't know how far we can lower the bar with how we lowered it before the season even started. Like, dude, for all these be patient people out there, it just pisses me off because we're not asking this team to go out and go to the AFC Championship. All we're asking is for a competitive team.
Yep. Be competent.
Like how the first caller, I forgot his name, was like the Chargers last year.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Like, that's all we wanted was a competitive team and building blocks towards the future and showing improvement. We've seen none of that. So these be patient people out there, what are you patient for? Competent football?
Dude, that's the whole thing. If they would have lost on Sunday, say, 41-27, but it's, they're playing hard, they're competing, there's a lot of big plays, they're going back and forth.
I would have loved it.
And the team with more talent won, dude, I'd give them credit and be like, you know what? I'm cool with it. That's all you want to see is just come, like the Colt game. The Colt game was a laugher. The Patriot game was a laugher. Like, there's too many no-show performances where, like, as a fan trying to watch it, you can't support it because you're nothing. There's nothing to enjoy.
Yeah.
And just real quick on your point about being patient, like that's not the wrong take to be patient. It is a first-year head coach. There are a lot of young players, but when it's been 10 years of telling your fan base to be patient, why should we trust that this time you got it right? When you've sold us the same nonsense nonstop with every hire, every GM, every coach, every offensive coordinator, every quarterback that you brought in, you've sold us the same narrative every time. So why should we believe this time it's going to be different? Show us something first, and then we'll buy in.
I just can't believe that we're here again. I can't believe that once again we're a joke. Like, I really believe that from his time last year, I was going to be like, in 1 year from now, we're going to be completely different. We're going to be a wash. We're going to be a completely different team. We're going to have a culture, this and that. And we're exactly the same, if not worse.
We have no culture.
I can't believe
we have no culture. We have no culture, no identity, no face of the franchise, no direction right now. And you have 8 games left of the season. Nothing.
That's the thing too. The season's going to be over before you know it, Salah. So you only have so much time to show to your fans that you've done anything.
Yep.
You had a bye week against the Pats and you got your asses kicked. I don't know, man.
Nick, great call, man. Thank you.
On, guys.
Excellent call, man. He was awesome, dude. Man. All the callers have been great, man. Yeah. And the thing, and again, for people saying, all the patient shit, listen, again, if you're competing week in and week out and you're playing hard and you're being competent, you're making good decisions, you're seeing a lot of progress both sides of the ball, I'm not complaining, dude. You can lose every game, but as long as you're doing that, I'm cool. We lowered our bar. Our expectations were 4 or 5 games. Our expectations weren't like get blown out by 40 every week.
I didn't think the bar could get any lower coming in. Like
this is some of the worst
we just
football.
Want to compete, develop the quarterback. That's it.
Dude, listen, I'm old, man. I went through the fucking Kotite years. I went through the Gase years. I went through some really shitty years of football here. Even Rec had some bad years. Dude, this defense here is some of the worst I've ever seen in my entire life. In my entire life.
And you made a phenomenal point last night about how many quotes have Sal, as he said already, that basically implicate himself as a coach, as far as like the will and being able to stop the run and his scheme and everything else. I mean, he's throwing himself under the bus as a coach.
He literally said it, dude.
This is historically one of the worst defenses in about 50 years.
He said defensive line play and run defense is about who wants it more. It's about pride. It's about passion, about getting after it. Okay. Well, then that means your team doesn't want it, damn coach.
Yep.
That's your words, not mine. See, that's the problem. The problem he has right now, because right now I sit when I'm fucking angry and I watch the press conference over again. I'm like, all right, here's what he said today. Here's what he said today. And I'm like, you just see, like, you can't buy into it. I'm telling you, a lot of these words aren't his, dude. I'm convinced of it. I'm telling you, it's something. The Jets are just a half-ass organization, man. So we're gonna go to let's see, we'll go to John. Whoops, hit the wrong button. Hold on, John. Hit the wrong button, man. My bad. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
How you doing?
What's up, John?
Good. I was at the MGM Grand, and yet I couldn't stay away. I still had to watch you guys.
We appreciate it, man. I wouldn't have did that. Fuck that. I would have gambled and drank my face off.
I mean, you guys are my favorite show, and welcome back, Primetime.
Thank you. Glad to be back.
And I'm convinced that Salah's here, see no evil, hear no evil comes from the Johnsons. I am convinced of that.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, there's no other thought. I mean, nothing else makes sense. It has to come from Woody. I'm completely convinced of that.
But let me just play devil's advocate for a second. Like, what would be the purpose of redoing your organizational structure as far as the reporting structure, where the head coach and GM don't report separately to the ownership? Now they're going to interfere with the head coach, tell them what to say. Like, what would be their reasoning for not allowing these guys who are supposed to be football guys to just do their job and be themselves?
No, because it's an image they want to protect. It's everything.
They want to portray a certain thing
with the Johnsons.
What, losing? Incompetence? Like that's what's been portrayed, doing it their way for the last 10 years. So why not let football guys do it their way?
But the communication of while they're losing, how's the organization, how they're handling it, and how they're justifying it. They're trying to have a succinct message all the same way.
And they can't have any self-awareness that they're making themselves look worse with the shit they're saying?
Dude, Primetime, have you seen how many fucking times Chris Johnson and Woody Johnson have embarrassed themselves? How many times this organization at a press conference really thoroughly embarrassed themselves? This fucking guy did what? He did it 4 weeks ago. I have so much faith in this front office, this coach. Of course, after a win. When you want a good quote from the owner, general manager, wait for a Jet win. Because after that, they all go into fucking hiding. All of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And this will be the last time I bring up the Johnsons and them selling the team, but I've been raising a little hell online lately. And I posted an article about Woody and Chris Johnson must go. And my notifications exploded. I've literally had hundreds of comments about it.
The problem is everybody agrees with you, but what's going to change?
Nothing's going to change until they're gone.
The thing is, but they're never going to do it. The fans, listen, look at where the fans have done the Jet fans. We've had billboards, we've had banners, we've had planes flying over, we've done all kinds of crazy shit. And guess what? The Johnsons sit back and make a shitload of money and don't give a fuck. Because you know why? Because this season will come and go, and next year, when the home opener comes, he's going to have 80,000 fans back in the building again. They make too much money, they have too much power, and it's only one of 32 spots in the NFL, and they love it.
The fan base is too loyal. I mean,
and they know that. So they're going to make. So it doesn't matter what kind of petition you get. They're
not only paying for mediocrity; they're paying for idiocy. That's why the Johnsons can continue doing what they're doing. And I know it's a long call to call for their heads, but the thing is that
you can't fire an owner.
It has to be done collectively. And that's why it hasn't worked, and because too many people keep buying the product.
We got to dig up some dirt on them. We got to find like another scandal. There's got to be something out there.
Well, he had a scandal that went away in the UK.
Well,
but
yeah,
that's not even that, though.
That got brushed under the rug.
It's the same old thing. Like we're like, you gotta fire Gates, you gotta fire Gates. So they made all these changes. Now they got the coach that everybody supposedly liked. They try to make changes. It's not working again. But the thing is,
stops at the top.
Dude, I agree, but they're not going anywhere. They're not going nowhere.
I understand that, but if Jam fans were really serious and they could do this collectively, I mean, I've been asking this question a lot to Jets fans lately, is what's your breaking point?
We've been broken how many fucking times, dude? Like, hey, what's our breaking point? Gase broke us. The fucking end of the Todd Bowles thing broke us. The way Rex Ryan broke us. We're broken all the fucking time. But we're longtime fans.
Point where you say, fuck you, I'm done with the team. That's what I'm saying.
So what you do is right now we're saying, fuck you, we're tired of seeing this shit, so you don't go to games. And what the problem is, tickets are still being purchased by the opposing fans. So guess what? They're still making money.
Yeah.
And TV contracts, they make even more. So.
You're absolutely right. I mean,
8 games, fans not, or a half empty stadium, 8 games a year isn't going to fuck up the Johnsons. At least not.
No, it has to be a complete total. And I don't think I'm not sure if it could ever happen where all the Jets fans can, collectively say, fuck you, we're done.
Nope.
Because all of this, every single, and you've said it, the Johnsons don't give a fuck about the fan base. Like,
you know what I would love to do this year? Not to cut you off. You know what I'd love to do this year? Since we've already paid for all the tickets and I don't even want to go inside the games, let's just have a fucking party outside of MetLife one day. Like for one of the games. Instead of going inside the stadium, we make more noise outside the stadium. We have fun outside the stadium. We just keep the tailgate going. We get the game on out there.
Sure. And maybe pick it a little bit too while you're at it. It's definitely more fun. I mean, from what you guys are telling me, the experience at MetLife is terrible. That just going there and it's like, why would
but the experience at MetLife is terrible, but we're all diehard fans. So I guarantee you next year, the home opener, I'll be there again because it's my favorite team. And that's the only place I get a chance to see them. And that's the boat we're in. So it's like, we're all just longtime fans, man. So it's like, listen, I hate the fucking toaster. I hate the fucking owner. I hate everything else, but I support this team. So I'm going to go. But now my choice is, just like last year when I said, you know what, I'm not going to buy no more of your shit. I'm not going to go to your fucking games. You're not worth my money anymore. And that's what a lot of fans are have to do. Just like, you know what? It's not going to make the Johnsons aren't going anywhere, but just to not support them, it makes the most sense. Like, just don't buy their shit and don't buy their tickets till they change shit.
I haven't bought a shirt or anything in 2 years.
Buy their products, but it just blows my mind. It really does. And the thing is, the culture starts and ends with them, and that's why things will never change, in my opinion. Parcells saw it coming. When Leon Hess sold the team to that's why Belichick left. They saw this bullshit coming.
Well, the thing is, too, is if the Johnsons really, really wanted to get this ship righted, if they really legitimately wanted to make a statement to the fans, be like, you know what, we are tired of fucking losing. We're tired of being incompetent. They would have went out and made power moves this offseason and made a big splash and went after a monumental name to coach this fucking team. Monumental. You make whatever it was. People are saying, whatever. People mock me for the Bill. But people mock me for the whole Bill Cowher thing. You go to Bill Cowher, Jim Harbaugh, Sean Payton, you get aggressive as fuck and be like, you know what? I'm going to prove to my fan base I'm serious about winning, and I'm not scared to pay a head coach to be my coach, which they haven't done that yet at all.
Gruden got 10 years, $100 million. Why not go to Cowher, 4 years, $100 million, just rebuild the Jets, get the right people in place, just like Parcells did. He coached for 3 years. He was in the front office for 1 year, and we were good for 10 years after that. That's an investment that's worth making for 4 years.
That's a statement. That's how you change your culture. That's how you change it.
That's the only way it's going to happen. That's the only way I think it's going to happen. If you can get something like that.
No, you're right. I mean, I would make is this Peyton's last year?
I thought it was. I gotta look at it, but I'd trade for him. I'd make a trade, dude. Like,
I
don't give a fuck about a number one pick. I don't give a shit.
I would call the New Orleans Saints right now and say, what's it going to take? If it takes like a first round pick or two, like they did,
who gives a fuck?
Buccaneers, that's who you have to bring in to change.
That's how you change your culture, man. That's
But
it. So,
like I said, I guarantee you, the Johnson's gotten his ear and said, "This is how you should act." I'm on because nothing else makes sense. I'm convinced of it
Yep.
that this is the Johnsons doing.
No, I agree.
So,
John, thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
Absolutely, and welcome back, Primetime, and give my love
Thank
to
you, John.
Tyrone
Appreciate
as well.
Absolutely.
All right,
Will do, man.
Thank
Have a
You
good
know,
night.
and I didn't mean to be mean to John, because John sent me a thing like, "Hey, man, I want to do this thing about the Johnson owners," and I'm like, "Dude, that's just like clickbait in my eyes, because it's a waste of fucking time." That's like the Joe Klecko petition, like put Joe Klecko in the Canton Hall of
Every
Fame.
year, yeah.
Dude, it's the same shit, the same thing. It's not going to change. It's just wasting energy. It is, and it's unfortunate. It's what it is right now. And the problems, as always, starts with ownership, with the lack of accountability, the lack of leadership, the lack of direction. It trickles down right throughout the organization, and here we are. So,
no, we all know that the ownership is the biggest problem with this team right now, but unfortunately, there's nothing really as fans that we could do about it. So,
we're gonna go to what's up, Jake?
You're muted.
You're muted. Oh. Yo, Jake. Nope. It's like a "Can you hear me now" commercial, and there away he goes. First caller to quickest caller. Away he goes. So now we'll go to Afram. What's up, man?
How you guys doing?
I'm good, man.
Kevin, good to see you back.
You too, man. Miss talking to you.
You guys having fun?
Nope. I mean, this is what it's all about right now, man. I mean, this is the hamster wheel of the Jets.
Hey, listen, I've been since '78 been watching this team, and I'll always watch this team. It's my team.
But aren't you like, you've got to be fed up right now, Afram? Like, I mean, this is it. Like, this is the perfect storm of bullshit with this team right now.
I'm mad. I'm upset. But realistically, we're just not a talented team whatsoever. There's not a lot of talent on this team, if you look at it closely. It's a lot of rookies, rookie coaching staff. If you take players out, and I was saying,
did the Jets pay you for this? Did the Jets just pay you for this call? Did you get paid off to give this speech of excuses?
I'm not giving excuses, but let's
prime time. This may be our first argument.
Is this gonna be our first fight?
This could be our first one.
No,
if you're breaking up the Jets list of excuses right now, this is not going to go well.
I'm just saying, you got to look at it. I mean,
wouldn't you agree though that their problems are a little bit deeper than just talent right now?
Effort.
There's
coaching,
effort, but there's a lot of effort on the rookies end, but there's not effort on some of these veterans. The head coach, I think, I don't know what's holding him back. I don't know. I think he should just minimize his press conferences. To me, all press conferences are all fluff, in my opinion. But something is internally is going on.
All right, from here's a question for you. 9 games in. What grade and assessment do you give of Coach Robert Saleh?
I give him an F. Gotta give him an F. Yeah, gotta give him an F. I'm gonna up LaFleur's grade to C, because you could see they're getting the offense. They're doing something. They're getting points. They're moving the ball. I guess they're accepting the offensive scheme, and they're following through. As far as the defense, I don't know what happened to that front line, but I guess they're not getting any pressure, and
it's execution.
It could be. I don't know. I cannot give you an answer why.
But isn't that execution an indictment on the coach though? Like, what I don't understand,
Absolutely.
it's like
Absolutely.
it's week in and week out. Like, how do you not change anything? Like, I guess I'm not a smart enough fan. I don't understand.
No, absolutely. You have every reason to act the way you are. It's just, is he being stubborn? Where he needs to have these guys follow a particular scheme, and he's just going to keep pounding and pounding and pounding and pounding until they get it right. And it's we're not seeing it, and unfortunately, we yes, we had injuries, but we had injuries to basically veteran players. And now we're relying, like this last game, they the front line, the front four can't get any pressure, so you're going to start to have to blitz, and that's going to leave you one-on-one with the cornerbacks, and unfortunately, you're going to get burned, And unfortunately, was it Eccles got hurt, and then both Guidry. My question is, where's Isaiah Dunn? I don't know is he hurt, or is he just sitting on
last
the
week, didn't he? I thought he came in last week.
So I know they just activated. I said last night they just activated Pinnock. So I'm sure we're.
But the thing that bothers me the most is like, while I agree with you, there's a lot of young guys, a lot of unproven guys. These guys are all fighting for jobs, fighting for reps. There should be guys overachieving right now. Like, wow, this guy's coming out of nowhere. These guys are overachieving. They're playing harder, playing physical. Like they want to be on this team next year. Do we even see that on defense?
It sounds. I think it sounds like Afram is saying
Quincy.
we should be criticizing Joe Douglas more than we should be criticizing Robert Saleh.
They're all guilty.
Yeah, because it's we're stuck. It's the bottom line. We're stuck because we're not gonna. He's not gonna get fired next year, and he's not gonna fire the year after that. Okay, because
he could get fired after 2 years.
Then it goes back to the same old story.
If you win 4 games this year and 5 or 6 next year,
it's still going to go back to the same old story.
I don't know how you run that back again.
Well, listen, you can say all you want, petition this and that. What the money keeps coming in for one reason. People invested in PSLs, and there's a lot to lose. They can't sell those PSLs to anybody else. So they're going to have no choice but to keep buying the tickets. And those are the most expensive tickets down where the PSLs are. And they get basically that money's going to come in, and they know that money's coming in, plus TV revenue, plus this and that. So
opposing fans.
Yeah, but all those fans are getting these tickets cheap from the guys who already bought the tickets. So those tickets are bought. Look what Dolan did with the Knicks. The Knicks looked horrible for how many years? But yet every game was sold out. Why? Because every seat was a season ticket.
Yeah, but and I hate Dolan with a passion.
Oh, yeah,
but he was never scared to go out and sign the big names. Larry Brown. I mean, Phil Jackson was a fraud, but when he signed, I'm like, oh my God, we're getting Phil Jackson. Like he would spend ridiculous amounts of money to try to fix this. The Jets haven't really done that.
No, because they're not going to spend the money. But Dolan made stupid mistakes. He trusted guys that he didn't.
But I'm saying, like, you'll never see Woody Johnson go out and chasing a big time prominent head coach come in and try to fix the things. He goes with all these coordinators, all these first time head coaches. He didn't go after Harbaugh. He didn't go after Cowher. He didn't go after anybody. Like, oh no,
they're not going to pay the $10 million or $7 million to the guy. It's not going to happen.
Or they don't want to concede that power to somebody in the building that they can't control. And that's the thing I always wonder about with this ownership group is where it's like, you know what? You have a strong presence like a Parcells, a Cowher, Sean Payton, where they're like, it's my way or the highway. I'm not doing your fucking press script. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. The Jets ownership can't control them. They can't make them say, hey, you know what? I want you to take Tim Tebow, or I want you to take Trumaine Johnson or some other shit. They won't, you know what I mean?
That's the problem. What's more important, control or winning? Let football guys do their thing.
It's a corporate attitude. It's a corporate attitude. And they just need to let it run separately the way and stay away from the business. I mean, Leon Hess always relied. He really rarely did anything more than just hire the guy and hope for the best. You can't blame him because he passed away, and his kids had wanted nothing to do with the Jets. And I don't think there was anyone else. I think the Johnsons were the highest bidders at that time for the team. I don't think there was anyone else serious into the team. But the kids wanted to get rid of it. They didn't want to run it whatsoever. So who was there? And quite frankly, I don't think there was many billionaires at that time when it was purchased. Like now, you can get an Elon Musk who can buy it. Or you get the Bezos who can buy it with a single check. But you didn't have it.
No, it's $1 billion. It's $1 billion industry, man. It's it's big time money with these. These owners are making money. Hand over fist at this point.
They paid. I think the Jets were bought for $800 million, right? I believe
think
that
so,
was
yeah.
the price, 800 million. Now they're what, almost $2 billion for the team. So, and that's because the revenue just kept from the TV kept coming in and just made it more profitable. I feel for everybody. I really do. You can rant and rage all you want. We are stuck, and we got to only hope for the best. We got to hope that these kids, that these rookies that make an effort, they'll be better next year. I just hope we get better guys in free agency. I don't see much.
So basically, what you're telling me is your plan is hope. That's our plan.
What other hope? What other option we have?
Somebody paid him.
You tell me what other option we have.
Somebody bribed Afram before the show.
If I'm gonna have hope though, I'm putting it in the draft. I don't have any hope for free agents.
Yeah,
One, that we're gonna attract anybody worth coming here, or two, that Joe Douglas is gonna write the check to have anybody that's good.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I think if you look at over the cap, I think the Jets right now for next year only have 48 million.
Yeah, but you can wipe out a lot of contracts, a lot of one-year deals.
But I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, what's that going to bring you? It's probably we're going to get back. We get back to 15, but that was part of the 48 from the dead money. So I don't know who has a big contract right now that we're going to lose.
CJ Mosley.
You're still going to get hit by that, I think.
Yep.
And you're going to get
rid of Fant.
McGovern is another 9
million. They can get out from under if they want.
Right.
Van Roten be gone.
Van Roten is only is $0, I think, next year.
Well, for $0 for zero talent.
Too soon to trade John Franklin Myers.
No, you're stuck with him. I checked that. You're stuck one more year with
trade Corey Davis.
Listen. If you could trade and they take the salary, that's fine. I mean,
should have traded Marcus May, but there goes that idea.
There's a lot of decisions we could make. We just let's hope something gets changed. Yeah, hope.
That's the shirt we're gonna make prime time. We're gonna make a Let's Talk Jets shirt with the word hope on the front. That's what we're selling.
I wish I could be more optimistic, but right now I don't see anything that's. Except for development of you've seen with Michael Carter and a lot of these rookies that want to play, Elijah Moore and all that. I'm not seeing any leadership on the front four.
Nope.
I think if Rankins can open his mouth, then he needs to open his mouth to Myers and to Quinnen and say, step it up.
He started to. Him and Jared Davis both said some pretty damning things. Yeah. It's just,
and they're just, it's just the making, and what it is effort may be there, but they're just making tons of stupid mistakes. They're not. They're taking the wrong angle. From what I've seen, is that part of his defense is that you don't really go full force in the beginning. You hold back a little bit and wait for the play to develop, and then you're more at bay, and you can make the play a lot easier. They're not doing that. They're going advanced. I'm hearing a lot of different things. Guys that break this down. That's right. Hope. That's all you have. Hey, listen. I mean, you can rant.
That's our shirt.
You can rant, you can scream to the top of your lungs, but reality is we're stuck with these guys, and I'm telling you, we're stuck for these guys for at least another 2 years. Another 2 years. So, hope.
I agree with Trevor. They've bribed you. They've gotten to you somehow.
What? No, but honestly, what did you expect for me to say? Okay, it's all bad gas. It's methane gas that's coming out of there. Out of it. But his Salah showed some emotion when they do good. You could see he's not going to scream and shout on the front line, but you could see in his demeanor he gets pissed, but he's not going to. For some reason, I don't know what he maybe he promised these guys that this, but he's got to be tough on these guys. And quite frankly, if they're going to continue to step on him by not putting out the effort, then then not get rid of them or let them sit. For Van Roten to still be on that front line, not let this doctor guy to come in, is
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I get a feeling though. For some reason, I got this feeling that Wilson's starting this next game. I don't know why, but I got a feeling. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, because if he's still, feeling it, but
I'm curious to see if they let the Jets media watch Wilson practice tomorrow, like the beginning practice to warm up, see him run around. I'm curious they even let him watch him do that.
Well, doesn't he make his decision on Wednesdays?
Yep, that's what I'm saying. Tomorrow, they attend practice, but they usually watch the first 20 minutes where like that, and they can watch certain things and not report on it. I'm curious to see what happens to Zach Wilson tomorrow, what he does in front of the media.
Yeah, and don't expect the Dolphins to play the same defense they played with against the Ravens, because that was just to contain.
They were aggressive as hell, man. Their offensive line,
they were right in his face. So
and that's because
if Wilson's in any way limited mobility wise, I mean, I figured
no. But they see the thing with the way they did that was to contain him from not running and force him to throw the ball, because they figured his biggest weapon is his running, and he's not as accurate throwing the ball, and it proved true.
That's kind of been Wilson so far this year when he's in the pocket. I mean, a lot of the check downs and the easy passes, guys wide open, that's where he struggled a little bit. So
but he's not a running threat.
Yeah.
So now you can play guys back and wait for your front guys to give pressure, because you're not facing a real good offensive line. So and they'll make their adjustments. But I just hope they rush this kid early just to satisfy fans, or just to take the pressure off of Salah, because what they're going to do is, if anything happens to this kid, it's just another headline that's going to happen.
Oh yeah, no, it's true. Afram, thank you for joining us, man. Even though I think that they paid you off.
No, you know me better than that. No, like I said, I don't know what you want me to say at this point.
No,
you want me to scream from the top of my lungs? Is that what you're waiting
You're on
for?
our list now. We're gonna keep an eye on you now, man. There's something up with you. Yep.
I think you just want me to start cursing.
When you start wearing Jets t-shirts on the show, we know something happened. You're wearing some all gas no break shirt.
The only Jet thing that I wore was Let's Talk Jets Radio.
Thank you. Watch.
I guarantee we're going to see Afram on One Jets Drive this week.
Yep. All gas no break. Wearing a shirt. You got the hat, the sleeves.
I won't even drive down that far, so it doesn't make a difference. All right, guys. Be good.
Have a good night, man.
Nice to see you again, Kevin. Be well.
You too, man. Thank you.
He got paid off by somebody, man. He was way too nice. What's up, Vinny?
Good evening, guys. Hey, prime time. Welcome back. It's good to see you again.
Thank you, man. Glad to be back.
So when Coach Saleh comes into the press conference and he tells us, the fans, that the players are great, the coaches are great, Joe's great, everything's great. If everything is great, why are we 2-7? Like, why are we 2-7? Like, clearly there is like a monumental clusterfuck going on, and there's a huge elephant in the room, and nobody wants to, address it.
I understood it early on, right? You don't want to panic. A lot of rookies playing first year, like you want to be patient. That's fine, but you're getting worse. Historically bad defense, 44 points per game over a 4-game stretch. That hasn't happened in 50 years.
No,
you can't rationalize that. You got to be pissed off about that. You got to hold players accountable.
This is not the amped up guy that I saw on the sidelines in San Francisco. And something tells me that all the shots are being called upstairs from the Johnsons. And I will not be shocked whatsoever if they need to put their shiny toy, their first round pick, back on the field, no matter what the risk may be, because they got to get fans excited to want to see this kid, to sell their shirts, to sell their bullshit, and get him out. I won't be shocked if he's out there. I don't want to risk the kid if he's truly not ready, but don't be surprised they throw him out there. They're going to have to. I mean, what else could they have to?
What'd he do?
What happened?
Where'd he go? What happened?
Shit.
Is he speaking too much fire?
It was like Jake's call. Shit.
What happened? Back. There he is. Don't blame us. We didn't do anything. I swear.
I don't know what happened there. So, sorry about that. Just I can't trust these guys whatsoever. I mean, he's a puppet at this point, and I don't know.
Sure seems like it. You know what the weird thing is? He was so well spoken when he first got hired. He had like attention to detail. He could break down the offense, the defense, and like when he talked, you kind of believed like, all right, this guy knows what the fuck he's doing on both sides of the ball. Now when the shit's hitting the fan, he can't even explain things, dude. And when he does explain it, it's embarrassing. Like, bro, like you almost like there's no way he believes half the shit he says. And I understand like the press conferences aren't all that important, but when you're like your mindset and your philosophies and we're trying to explain things, if you can't even do that, how are you doing it to the players? Like it's just because they're aware of everything he says. They watch the press conference, they read the newspapers, they see social media, they see what we're all saying on social media because they're on it. They see the reactions.
Well, that's like our reactions last year when Gase would say to the media, "Oh, I got to watch the film first." Well, how are you adjusting things mid-game if you have to wait and watch the film to figure out what was going wrong?
100%.
And Sal's starting to say the same thing.
No, but you know what? Going back to what you guys said earlier about not hearing enough anger and emotion out of this guy, how about hearing some anger and emotion from the guys upstairs with management in this front office to say, hey, we're going to find players that are going to want to play. We're going to find coaches that want to coach. This is totally unacceptable, and changes are going to be made. And I know you don't want to blow things up after a year. And I know I flipped the fuck out last week with just that disaster that they put on CBS. But hey, look at what they did in Arizona with Wilkes. I'm not saying we're at that point yet, but if really shit trickles all the way down and you're consistently losing, if we finish with 3 wins, how do you just justify how do you sell the fan base that, yes, this guy, Robert Saleh, is our best chance to get to the Lombardi Trophy? Just tell me how you sell me. Because I'm
not even that. But the question I have is this: is Saleh's got to answer to Joe Douglas now, right? So when they have their weekly meeting 2 or 3 times a week, how does Joe Douglas not say, "How are you not benching Greg Van Roten? How are you not doing this? How are you not doing that?" Like, doesn't somebody hold the coach accountable? Like, listen, man, you've got to make changes here because this isn't working. Isn't that on Joe Douglas a little bit?
Of course it is. He's the guy that picked him. His fingerprints are all over on this roster now in this coaching staff. At this point, we're far enough into it where this is his team. So at this point, if it's a failure at the end, there's one place you could point the finger. And Parcells used to say it: stop pointing the finger, start pointing the thumb. And we're getting to that point now. And that was honestly, I feel like I'm losing my mind. I'm not as old as you, Tyson, but I go back to the Parcells days too.
Yep, me too. Yeah.
I mean, back then, Hess, the one thing he got right when he got towards the end of his life, he said, "I want to have fun with this team. I'm almost going to drop dead." And you know, they tampered with the Patriots for the sake of getting Parcells in the building. And a guy like a Jim Harbaugh, who I preached last year, I wanted him so bad, or even a Sean Payton, I would give up the sun, the moon, and the stars, the keys to the house, and say, this is your franchise. Do whatever you need to do. Get me the Lombardi Trophy. That's all.
We said this last year. We had this conversation before Saleh hired. That's and they preached all the things about how Saleh is going to change the culture and all this. And right now, the biggest concern you have to have is this losing mindset. They're accepting all these things with a young, impressionable team. All these young building blocks are learning this. This is what they're learning. Nobody's being held accountable. Losing is fine. And it's terrible, man.
And one last thing I want to mention. I know you're a former season ticket holder, Tyson. And prime time, I know you're still going. Last time I had season tickets was 2012, the Tebow season. It's almost 10 years later. They still blow up my phone begging me to come back. And this year I fucked with them on the phone. And I told them, listen, if you guys trade, this is before the legal stuff, I said, if you guys bring Deshaun Watson in the building, I will buy 4 PSLs. You could write that down, take it to the bank. The representative told me that will never happen here. I was like, why not? Don't you want to win? And he goes, well, you're not giving it a chance. We're going to be drafting a new quarterback. This is before Zach Wilson gets here. They told me, we're going to be drafting a new quarterback. You got to give it a chance. I was just like, no, this is another losing season. You know that for a fact. I said, bring Watson, call me up. 4 PSLs, write it down. They didn't want to talk to me.
No, it's rough, man. It's a rough time being a Jets fan, man. It's just it's the same. There's so many things we're talking about now that we talked about last year, and that's probably the most alarming thing. That's the
terrible.
crazy thing.
And I miss going so bad. I actually went to Jets Giants preseason this year, but honestly, I miss the experience. The fact is, you knew who your section was, who the guy was next to you. It was fun. And in those earlier years, or like the early 2000s, it would be like, they'll fade out for a year or two, but then they would come back and be like, okay, playoff run, fade out for a year, playoff run. Those were the good old days.
Yeah, the teams that Parcells set up, I was talking about it the other day.
Yeah.
I mean, you had the 1 year where Vinny tore his ACL. You had the Chad where he broke his wrist. You had Chad with the shoulder injuries, and then you had the Favre year where they were still the best team in football for like 11 games that year. Every year they were competitive, and you expected them to make the playoffs unless they had some injuries.
A lot of that had to do with that foundation that he laid in 2000 when he was up in the front office the final year with the organization.
The four first round
picks. Beck,
Abraham, Ellis, Beck, Pennington. And Cole. They got Coles that year too.
Yep. Third round. I remember. I remember, man.
That's what we need. We need a draft class like that. We need a head coach like that. Maybe Salah's it, but right now it's hard to buy in.
I know.
Vinny, great seeing you, man. Great shirt too. I love that shirt. Have a good night, man.
Thanks, guys. Good night.
Have a good night, man.
Caller's been awesome tonight, man. So many good callers. We're gonna go. Let's see how smooth he talks tonight. Is he gonna be whispering or is he gonna be talking?
I'm here, Tyson. I'm here, buddy. Here I am. All right. Holy shit. You know what, you guys, Kevin? I don't know what happened. I appreciate your being back. I wish you all the best, whatever it is. We all go through certain things, and I know what that's about, man. So it's obviously half your channel, part of your channel is about mental health and being, fit, health, and being healthy. And so, I mean, it's tough. I understand.
Family first. Yep. Gotta prioritize the family. So this week. So
Jets is, who gives a shit, man? Come on now.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I mean,
saved me the headache going out there this week.
It saved me that. Listen, I already knew what was going on for this game. I watched maybe 20 minutes of this game. You know what I mean?
Come on, man.
Who gives a fuck about this game? Give me a fucking
You
break.
only watched 20 minutes. The game was still 10-3 at that point.
Yeah, and I was checking it. I was checking it. And then you know what I did? Then I did is I watched your stream afterwards, right? Just to watch it. All right. And dude, I didn't miss nothing. You were talking about it within 15 minutes of your stream. You said this game is over, and it's the truth, dude. Right? And then it became you. And then at some point in time, you said, "Oh, it was like 7-3." No, it was 10-3 because I think it was 10-0 and then 10-3, right? And you said at 10 when they were about to score, they should have scored in 14, right? Within the second drive, right? Mm-hmm. You already said the game is over. This is bullshit, right? Yep. I mean, even your guy Legend knew the game was over. All right.
He was very outspoken.
Dude, where is when our guy from Arizona State now, right? He's a coach at Arizona State. What's his name?
Herm Edwards.
When Herm Edwards questioned reporters and said what he wanted to say, and he was allowed to say it, and he did it, and then he lost his job right after that. The fact of the matter is, that's what we need, right? Yep. We want somebody who, at least you do, and most of us do, want a guy who wants being honest. Now, there's something going on. You are right. Because Salah, I mean, this is not the guy that the 49ers people are like, what the fuck is going on with this guy? You know what I mean? And
almost every 49er fan that reaches out to us on our channel is shocked the way Salah is talking, handling himself as defense is playing. They're shocked. They can't believe what's going on. None of them are.
And you know why? Because have you watched Succession? Have you watched the show Succession on HBO? Okay, dude. Listen, if you watch this show, it's about this family, whatever. But there's this one guy who's the older brother, and that's the Johnsons. They are powerless to anything. Don't have any clue how to run a company. All right, and have no idea. They just in it because they inherited it. You know what I mean? And that's what this show is about, and that's what this family is. All right, and that's what's going on here. I mean, the company is also bullshit. All right, There's a lot of shit going on background for the whole company, and then they're using this as a money bank to basically pay for what's going on. So they know exactly how much money they need to make and how much money, and so they just get enough people and buy enough, get enough people to buy into it, then they've basically made the money for the rest of the year. And they know that they only have to get a certain amount of people to do it, and they've already gotten them. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? People need to stop it. They just you need to stop it. I mean, I know I want to go to a game, and I'm gonna pay $20 to go to a game, right, on a secondary market, just because I want to. But to go to a game, but there's got to be a set time, Kevin, yourself, whoever, all the people, everybody needs to just like stop and
I
not.
did it last week, dude. I had club seats last week. I didn't go.
Holy moly, you had fat. That's really, but you made the right move because honestly, who wants to go to that game? You know that shit was going to happen. Especially the Buffalo Bills fans are going to come out like in force and overtake the stadium. And you know the Bills were ready. The Bills were ready to just beat us down.
But it's not even that. But it's not even that. It's like you look at what we all do in terms of our time, our money, our energy, and it's just like, listen, like we work hard as shit for our money. We work hard, and our time is valuable. So why am I going to invest my Sunday from, say, I got to leave here by like 6:30 in the morning to get up there by 8, hang out. You're wasting 10, 12 hours of your valuable time to watch complete horseshit. Like there's no return on your investment, dude. There's none. Like you walk, like you literally, you question your life decisions. Then you're like, you know what? I've just wasted all this where I can not do that, watch the game for 4 hours and then be boom, turn the channel and done.
And the thing is that that was one of the things I think the first time I even called into the show is how much effort it takes just to come, because I live in Queens. The effort it takes to go from Queens and then come back and all the traffic issues and all the shit that you have to deal with, you know, you have to make a serious investment on it and you have to be willing to do it. Yes. Why would you make the investment if it's not coming back at you? You know what I mean? And Kevin, I appreciate the fact that you're still a season ticket holder, because when I was a season ticket holder, I had the Favre year, and then I knew that was a great year, but then after that, I wasn't sure, you know what I mean, what was going to go on. And so I just continued. I saw how problematic it was for me as a person from New York City to get there. But now it's a little easier. I'm telling you, like with the train and all that, it's a little easier. So, but the fact is still, I'm not going to buy a parking pass. Let's forget about this.
Problem is, I've definitely thought, like, I mean, I don't want to be a season ticket holder anymore, but you know, I still enjoy the tailgates. I enjoy going, you know, family, friends, and you know, trying to have that tradition and trying to keep that alive. But I mean, you know, like me canceling my tickets, what's it going to do? Johnsons aren't selling. Nothing's going to change. If every season ticket holder right now canceled their tickets, nothing would change. Still, they're still going to get their TV revenue. They're still going to sell tickets to opposing fans. Nothing's going to change.
Yeah,
and that's the problem.
I know. And you know, when Jason was talking about, you know, Gary Vee buying the team, I mean, the truth is that that's a guy or somebody like that who can motivate from the top down, because the fish rots from the head down, right? You know what I mean? And so we all know this. But anyway, that's why I think Saleh is what he's doing, because I can't imagine this guy who has such, amazing pride to be in New York because of a reason. There's a reason he decided, according to what he said, there was a reason that he became the Jets head coach, because New York was important to him. But he's not showing the pride that he thought he originally showed, because he wanted to come to New York. He chose, because he's originally from Detroit. The Detroit job was open. He chose New York over Detroit. I mean, come on. I mean, so what is the deal here? You know, I don't, you know, I want to believe in him, but it's hard to believe in him right now. But I still believe in him. I still think there's some other horseshit that's going on in the.
I mean, he's got plenty of time. He's got 8 more games this season, all next year to figure it out. But it's an ugly start, man. So thanks for calling in, man. We appreciate it.
All right, be good.
Have a good night, man.
The Jets are gonna love us tonight, boy. We're ripping the fucking. We should come to the Bills game.
Yeah, I've been to Bills game.
I've been to like 3 Bills games already, and it's not been a positive experience for me. Oh, leave the fish alone. The Jets are loving us tonight. We're just you didn't miss much, man. We're only about 2 hours in. They're just ripping every facet of the organization. Yeah, man. We were
good. We
were at the Ryan Fitzpatrick fiasco. I was at the game with Keyshawn was there and the Jets lost. I was at 3 losses, man.
Worst ride home ever from that week.
Oh my God.
Hit blizzard on the way back. Not a word said in the car.
Complete disaster. All right. Our musical director is finally joining us. What's up, man?
What's going on? How you guys doing tonight?
Yo, what's up, man?
Why is your video so blurry, man? What the hell's going on over there?
Is that better?
No, it's like you're a snowman.
It's blurry.
Isn't it? Is that me prime time, or is it blurry shit, right?
I mean, it's not real blurry, but it's definitely blurry.
We know it's you. That's fine.
We can still hear you.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, you're fine.
You sound
good. Now he's coughing.
So, yeah.
Wonderful.
Thoughts on the Mets GM first?
I mean, I'll give him the
never won shit. Had a drug scandal.
Exactly.
Had no pitching.
Yeah. Angels, like, terrible. Like,
and we lost Syndergaard today. I'm like, fuck.
Yup. Yeah. when the Jets are the most functional team I root for, I know it's a problem right now because the Mets are a fucking mess right now.
The Mets found the last man standing. The only guy to probably say yes. Like, okay,
Dude.
fine, we'll take you.
That's literally what happened. I can't deny it. I can't deny it. That's exactly what happened. And we're gonna get his boy Osmus, who's also the Angels manager who didn't do shit.
Yep.
He's the manager now. So it's the repeating cycle. Like, all right, give him 2 years and then it's over.
Yep. It's all
Following
pretty
the Jets
predictable.
blueprint.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck.
Yeah,
we're so scared.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt because the guy he replaced in LA, DePoto, is now a pretty decent GM for the Mariners. So I guess they can rebound in ways, but at the same time, like you got the last guy standing. They're desperate for the dude from Milwaukee. Stearns,
David Stearns.
not coming here. So at the end of the day, man, I mean, good thing the manager position isn't as impactful as it was a while ago when analytics have kind of taken over the game and whatnot. But holding out hope, get Stroman signed soon, go make a splash.
Is this all being covered on your baseball podcast?
Well, not much really a podcast anymore. I'm kind of doing more just straight up videos now. But
okay, so now is your latest video covering this?
Oh, I talked about Syndergaard today.
Oh, okay. All right, that's good.
That's good progress.
Yeah, and I have a Mets panel with a couple buddies that I do every now and then.
All right, good.
There you go.
So, what are your thoughts on this 2-7 New York Jets team that's just lighting the world on fire?
I mean, it's a lot's been covered tonight. That's for sure about it. I mean, I don't know what to say. The team's a mess. Salah is starting to worry me. I still have hope, I guess. I mean, that's
why does he worry you though? What are your concerns with Salah right now?
It's just the fact that he just refuses to take over the defense. Like you saw him in last year, he had a shit ton of injuries and he overcame it and had a pretty okay defense. And I remember coming in this year, when Lawson got hurt, I was like, we're gonna have a bottom 5 defense. And I remember Primetime was like, well, Salah, he can maybe coach guys up and whatnot, but he can't. Like that's like me, in a band where I'm the conductor and the guitar player blows, and I just let him play and say, oh yeah, I'll just supervise everything. Like that's what it's like. I mean, the front seven's doing nothing. The front four is doing absolutely nothing. What I don't understand, I saw a post about this today. There was one snap where they had like Rashid, Nathan Shepard, basically all backups in 4 guys at the time. What the hell did you expect to happen? Like,
well, that's what
they do that. They do that a lot though.
They do that. They only get
Quinn is barely
like
playing.
But even on offense too, it seems like they take all their starters out at once. Like they bring in Berrios with like Denzel Mims and.
Well, he explained it.
There's one guy who stays on the field, Corey Davis.
But he says he wants guys to be at max potential. So if you play 100 snaps, you're at some point you get tired. You're not gonna get your best rep. So he wants to make it to the point where you only get 40 reps, but they're your best 40 reps, which fucking whatever the hell that means.
I'm not asking for them to play 100% of their reps, just way more than that. And when you're going to put your backups in, when you put your rotation guys in, don't put them all in at the same time.
Or on big plays, like once on 3rd and 1, don't take out Quinn and Rankins and everybody else. Exactly. Like it's like the timing of it.
So you're telling me that we're giving up 44 points a game while everybody's fresh and they're not tired. So what would happen if we left it out there?
Exactly.
It's true. It's based on his philosophies. It is.
Shit.
And the whole thing with Guidry, not giving him safety. The fact that you literally got a redo play, you got a second chance to do it, and you're the same thing.
They called the same play 3 times.
Of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting the same result. You're literally given an opportunity to redo, and you still. And no one's talking about this. How many free penalties does this team get? It was the 1st and 20 show.
They had 3 of them, I think, right?
There's at least 3 in the first 4 drives, I think.
Yep.
It was just.
And then you start every game with a special teams penalty.
Yep.
That's
when you know it was bad. Last year, last year the first snap of the season was a illegal block in the back or something. Yep. And that told you how last season was going to go.
Yep.
So I mean, the defense is so bad, and I think we have pieces going forward. Like I'm a little higher on JFM than you guys because I think he's playing way too much on the outside.
You got the word high right.
Well, what I'm saying is he's also an interior guy. A lot of his value is being able to do both. So I think when he can play more inside, because we have nothing on the edge outside of him right now. So that could help, getting Lawson back and potentially drafting another guy. But linebacker, nothing there. Like Mosley, you don't even know if he's coming back. Safety, Ashton Davis, I'm done with. And you got nothing else there. Corner, I like Hall. You can bring in another guy, Eccles. Some of those guys are good as depth pieces.
Michael Carter's been playing pretty well.
I like Michael Carter the second, yeah, and then Guidry also as a slot backup dime corner, something like that. So like you have legitimate pieces going forward. I guess the only positive way I could spin it as at least we're losing young with picks and cap space, but it's like I'm not asking for a bunch of wins this year, but I'm just asking. I'm not even asking. I'm asking to be semi-competitive.
It'd be cool if you're losing young when like 7 of your 11 stars on defense are all young players going to be back next year. That'd be losing young. That's not the case.
Yeah. And they're not even semi-competitive. And you look at some of like the 1-year deals. The only guy I think will be back, I think Keelan Cole will be back next year. And I can't think of anybody else. I like Keelan. And he looks like it seems like a really good, he plays hard. And I really like that about him. He's probably the third or fourth best receiver on this team. So I want to bring him back for next year. He's a good contested catch guy.
Tevin Coleman, bringing him back?
Probably
you
not.
Could draft from him. I mean, you could
exactly.
if you want to. He's no Michael Pirine. Fucking guy's not even active at all.
He's not that good though. That's the thing.
Was that 3rd round pick?
Fourth.
What
a disgrace. So.
Hey, 3rd round pick. Oh wait, no, that was 2 games ago when Zuniga actually showed up.
Yeah, now they have him active every other week, which is always great. So that's good.
Progress.
Yep.
Elias, good talking to you, man. How's life been otherwise?
Oh, it's been good. Just dealing with a lot of like college shit, applying to schools and when I'm going to music school, so that's been pretty stressful. But looking forward to that.
You get accepted somewhere yet?
Not yet. I still have to go through the audition process, but I'll keep you guys posted.
You better.
Yeah, man,
when you play a gig, you better love. When you play some shows, you gotta let us know, man. What's up?
All right. I mean, I had a school show earlier today, but that's not really anything big.
We're not gonna go to your school. I mean, that'd be a little.
Yeah, I know. Well, you're not gonna also make the trip 6 hours. Yeah, you're also not gonna make the trip 6 hours to come to a show.
You never know, man. I've done stupider things in my life.
Hey, man. Be a Jets fan. Yeah, I mean, might go to school in New York, so I'll be playing shows down there. So I'll keep you guys posted.
Perfect. Have a good night,
Awesome,
man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
That is our musical director. So there's a comment up here that was interesting. Let's see. Hold on. The whole Rex thing, I don't give a shit about that. Here. The next 3 games are crucial for Saleh. These are 3 very winnable games. We have to go 2-1 in these games and must beat Miami. If we are unprepared again, I think that will tell me a lot about Saleh. I'm telling you right now, Dan, if this Jets team comes out flatter than a pancake on Sunday versus the Dolphins, you have a legitimate problem with this coach. A legitimate problem. If they come out flat and they get steamrolled again on Sunday, batten down the hatches. It's going to get ugly
and
shit.
the problem is, even if they play well, we can't even say that they don't have a legitimate problem because we've seen them have a good Sunday twice this year, and then they followed it up with 2 shitty games back to back each time. So at some point, you have to start doing some things consistently, and this is the perfect opportunity to do it. You got the Dolphins, you got Houston, and then who are they playing after that? What's the 3rd game?
Eagles? Is the Eagles? I don't even know, dude. I've lost interest.
Eagles? Fucking, how are we going to play the Eagles? How are we going to play the Eagles?
The Philadelphia Eagles?
How are we going to play the Eagles?
How are we going to play the Eagles? What do you mean how are you going to play the Eagles?
They're in the NFC East.
So? They played the Eagles this year.
What?
Bro, seriously?
Do they?
The Jets played the Eagles this year.
Do they really?
Oh, my God.
Where have I been? Wait, how did they play the Eagles? Is that the 17th, like...
Are you like smoking with balls or something, man? What's going on over there? Well, what's going on over there?
Is that because of the new schedule?
It's just what's all right? Just prime time. What happened? Look. It's just now you're officially being welcomed back, man. Now you just went from everybody loved you and missed you. Now they're just like, oh boy.
This is like a throwback to the Packers joint practice shit.
I'm streaming Sunday. If prime time goes the game, I'm not going to the game. Fuck that game. I'm streaming. I'll figure it out. I can't go. I can't go. I don't want to.
If my dad goes, I'll probably go. If not, I'll probably be streaming with you.
Now you're getting ripped.
I deserve it. I deserve it.
So now we will bring in our cleanup hitter, who now the thing is, his Seahawks didn't even score a point this weekend. I mean, man, what is Russell Wilson doing? And his boy
Jamal Adams still talking shit on Twitter.
Jamal Adams gets an interception. They lose, and he's still talking shit.
It's all about I.
But he's all about the winning, though. Thank you, Brian. What's up, man?
My God. PT, welcome back.
Thank you, Jose. Glad to talk to you again.
Can you guys hear me? Oh,
Yes, sir.
wait. Something else. Oh, wait. It must be my headset. Like Robert Sala. I can't, like him, I can't even call a timeout.
Oh, no.
Hey, Jose, before we get started, did you hear Tom McDonald's new song, Balloons?
Balloons, yes.
You like it?
Just before I came on, I heard it because I knew you were going to ask, and yes, I liked it.
He has a song called Balloons?
Yes.
Fucking good, man. I like Tom McDonald. Yeah. I know. Save me your fucking rap takes. I don't give a shit. I like his music. I think he's got some message, man. It's pretty wild.
It's a good message.
Yep.
It's a good message. Speaking of good messages, allow me to say.
Reintroduce yourself. Okay.
PT, welcome back, and allow me to reintroduce myself.
There you go.
As the grave digger, because I would like to dig Rob Sala's grave.
Wait. Hold on. No, hold on. Your team scored 0 points, and you're calling and talking shit about the Jets?
He's a Jet fan now. He's fully on board. He doesn't have a first round pick this year. He's going to hop on board with
Your team scored 0 points.
I can't say shit.
You're right.
My quarterback played like
Geno Smith's better than Russell Wilson. There you go. I'll say it for you.
Yep.
Did you not hear me say that on my video?
I did.
I said that on my video.
I'm gonna send you a Geno Smith jersey.
I have one.
I might fly to New Jersey and take you on in the octagon.
You could try.
I'm just messing with you. I would fight Waffle Wire in the octagon. That's a fight I could win. But anyway, allow me to bury Robert Saleh, and
please do.
First of all, how in the hell do you come in preaching all gas, no break, then say, oh, I love adversity. Then when adversity hits, you bitch out.
Yep.
Bingo.
And say, oh, I'm not a motivator.
Yep.
I just want my guts. I just want the guys to make money. Yep. Well, guess what? They're collecting a paycheck.
Yep.
So are you, but nobody is doing anything.
Nope.
Point blank. Period. And it starts with ownership, and then it trickles all the way down to Joe Douglas. And then Robert Saleh said, and I quote, "We were out of humans." What is this fucking?
We're out of humans. I hate this fucking team.
Only Jets.
Only fucking Jets. I hate this team. I really do. Some things I really. You sit back and think about the shit we talk about in the comments that are made. I hate the fucking team. We're out of humans. Jesus Christ.
And then, like Hollywood just said, shut up. Shout out to Elias. Like
you got a lot of Jet fans out there in Washington.
Like Hollywood Like Hollywood just said, the Bills run the same play 3 fucking times.
Yep.
And you don't switch the defense once. Not once. What the fuck?
Trust in the scheme.
It's execution, Jose.
At that point, I turned off my TV. I didn't have cable. I didn't have the internet. I just sat in my room in the fucking dark.
Don't do that, man. We don't encourage that. We don't. So wait. So then, if you turned it off, did you turn off our stream too? Then, because we got to ban you then.
No.
Oh.
I said I turned off the game. I didn't say I couldn't watch you guys. My internet was down.
Oh, that's brutal, man. So you're out of internet. We're out of humans. You're out of internet.
Oh shit!
Like Russell Wilson is out of time.
So what are you gonna do now? Now that your Seahawks season's over, what are you gonna do with all your free Seahawk time?
Let's see. Think of trades for Russell Wilson.
How'd you feel about Aaron Rodgers? Just putting you guys out of your misery.
He really didn't.
He did.
No, he didn't.
Did he beat you?
Yeah.
Bet he did then. Nailed in the coffin.
The defense beat us. Russell Wilson.
He outplayed Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson beat us.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers threw a pick, fumbled twice.
So who's gonna be your quarterback next year?
Probably a rookie.
Should be Gino. Bring Gino back. Run it back. Quarterback competition.
Pete Carroll's probably gonna retire. So Jose, there's a good chance you're gonna have no Pete Carroll next year, and no Russell Wilson next year. You're gonna be a full-blown Jet fan.
Yes, and every Monday when I wake up angry and aggravated, guess who I'm gonna hit up? On Twitter. Guess it was direct message.
Yep.
I'm going to first.
I know. So more importantly, let's talk about something that's more important than this shitty football. How is your fantasy football league going?
I lost this week to Romeo.
Come on, man.
I'm still sick.
Are you holding yourself accountable?
Yes.
As commissioner, Jose, I still think I should get credit for a win this week against Cassandra, because clearly, if I was playing for something, I would have started Mahomes and not Mike White. Yeah.
You started Mike White?
I started Mike White over Mahomes, and that cost me. Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What world are you living in?
I thought it would be fun to beat Cassandra with Mike White. Yeah.
Dude, that's some solid shit right there, dude.
And that was the difference in the game. I lost.
No wonder you're a Jets fan doing shit like that. You can't criticize Salah either with your shit.
I know.
My God.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a serious question.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
I have one for both of you. Tyson, who would make a better GM? Me or Joe Douglas?
Oh, you. It's no hands down.
And PT, what can I expect from Noah Syndergaard?
That's right. He's an angel now.
You can expect Noah Syndergaard to be in the outfield warming up shirtless. You can expect him to give you 4 or 5 great starts where he's throwing 101 miles an hour. Then he's going to be hurt for 3 months.
Yep.
And then maybe he'll come back as your closer in September, something like that.
Then his arm is going to fall out after 3 months.
Most likely. But
Really?
I am rooting for him, though. Good guy. He embraced the Met fans here. So
He gave you guys the finger.
Yes, he did. So
No, only Earl Thomas did that with the Seahawks.
Yep.
Gave us all the fingers.
Yep.
But anyway, guys, thank you for having me, PT. Welcome back. And Tyson, thanks for being here like always.
Of course, man.
Love you guys.
Love you too, man. Have a great night.
You too. Go. I would say go Jets, but not
Have a good night, man. Always good hearing from fucking Jose. It's awesome.
Great call tonight, man.
You just wait. I want to go back to this one more thing. You benched Patrick Mahomes for Mike White.
I was on the Mike White train. Thought he was going to light up Buffalo.
Dude, that's not a train. That's just like what?
Well, my team was already 1-8, so Mahomes clearly wasn't, getting me over the hump anyway. So I was like, you know what, I need to shake it up a little bit. Threw Mike White in there.
You shook it up, all right.
Thought he would give my team the jolt it needed. And everybody else played well, so clearly like they followed Mike White, like they were motivated. Everybody else put up points, but he let me down.
Oh shit! Well, first of all, thank you guys for joining us. We've been on a 3-day tear. I'm just ripping the shit out of this organization, which I'm sure we'll get back to them by tomorrow. So we're just,
I'm sure they already know.
So prime time, there's a lot of requests for us to have a special interview. We're getting very close to that time. We're getting close, dude. So I think if the Jets get their doors blown off by the Dolphins,
I think if they lose to either Miami or Houston, it should happen.
I'm telling you right now,
because if you beat Miami and then you follow it up with another stinker like they've done the last 2 times they've won,
dude, if they get their doors blown off by Miami on Sunday, on Tuesday we will be having a special guest on the show, and we're just gonna go all down in flames here. Shit. Why not?
I'm ready for it.
So thank you guys for joining us. We'll be back Friday night to preview this fiasco against the Dolphins, and we'll talk to you later.
Have a good night.